What's up? What's up? What's up? We're back. It was a technical issue, not on my end, on the end of the service provider, and not my cellular service, the actual maker of Apple iPhones. They overheated my phone that I use to actually do the lives from, so that's the reason why that particular live stream went out. But I'm on a different platform and in a cooler area of broadcasting. So hopefully people can get the re-notifications. That actual live, even though it says it's live, is actually, down. So hopefully you see this one that done came up and you're able to come in. Oh, what's going on, Williams? Nah, it was, to me it wasn't no issue on hopefully on your phone. It was just that they overheated my joint. Yeah, they overheated my phone. If anybody has iPhones, if it reaches a certain temperature, all the operations of whatever you're doing is like totally canceled out. So they figure, okay, he got a power source, and he's broadcasting clear. So the only other way that we can stop this is if we overheat his phone and cut the broadcasting that way. Because if you see once that actually posts up, it froze for a minute. It's like they started, the algorithm started messing with the stream, so they try to freeze it, but you know, they gotta unblock it. It's other platforms I could go on and complain about this. So okay, they figure, all right, well, we'll unblock it, but we'll just make it so his battery gets so hot where it'll shut the whole platform down. Like I said, I'm operating off a different device. Like right now, YouTube done commented, but it's saying, oh, it says zero people in here. And I appreciate y'all, liking this stream, even before it went up. Oh, my time right now, I'm open. If you want me to hit your line, Williams, you could do that. I mean, I could do that if that's what you want me to do. You know, I planned on doing it with family, but he had to tend to some things, and after that, little issue, you know, I figured let me go run and get my other device and continue to make it happen. If anybody else is in there, hopefully everybody else gets the restream that was coming up in here because it's was starting to be a few people pop up in, but I'll hit you in about 15 minutes, or you have about 15 minutes. Which one is it? You got 15 minutes or hit you in 15 minutes? If you mean hit you in 15 minutes, okay, on the interstate, okay. All right, well, just let me know. But yeah, I guess this is what certain channels are facing within, when you think about it, we're at the end of a decade. We are about to cross into a new decade come, January 1st, you know, 2020. That'll be a new decade. I mean, it's hard to believe that we're reaching new decade says. So, let me make sure I'm making that clear. You say hit you now or just hit you in 15 minutes later? Which one is it? I want to hit you when you're on the road rolling. No, no, Rick, I didn't mean right now. Let me see. I want to check something out because what this device is reading is not making sense. Let me see. And hopefully anyone that sees it, the newest live stream is what's going on part five. You know, you can ignore the other one. Oh, what's going on, cat like J Just? What's going on with you? I'm glad that you chimed in. That just lets you know what type of battles and issues my particular channel faces with all these unneeded complications. Yeah, but hopefully we can get some more people. Hopefully get notifications. Hopefully having some spare time to chime in with something that they see fit to chime in about. That just lets you know it's like, man, I mean, they say Apple is one of the you know is one of the best, supposedly best computers to buy, but to me, how is it that they say, oh, apples are not prone to bugs, that's why you don't have to buy certain software to for protection. But I beg to differ. I don't had a lot of issues that shouldn't be with particular Apple products, and I don't just got one Apple product. I got uh, probably headed up somewhere towards 15 different platforms of Apple, from Pro iPads to regular iPads to iPad minis to uh, countless older phones and everything. So damn near everyone I done had some kind of weird issue. And it just seems so happen that when you take it in to get that issue checked on, I'm like, oh, well, we can't make that, we can't reproduce that problem. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, like I said, not a lot of them. I say not a lot of them because I haven't heard a lot of people, experience problems, but I have. Maybe because the things that I do, and how I can contact certain people. Certain people look at that like, well, how can he reach out to this person? If he don't got no Facebook and all these other kind of platforms, how is he reaching out to these celebrities or people that of notoriety? So that lets the powers that be probably try to backdoor in on certain software to try to figure out, well, how's he coming up with these different people like that. And to me, it's always been about the gift of gab. If you know what to say at the right moment to the right people, you can make shit pop and crack. So I mean, to me, it's no mystery. But to those that can't reproduce that same thing, inquiring minds want to know. But like usual, I titled this one what's going on. Hopefully, we could get some dialogue going on in a certain direction. To me, these last besides the one where they wouldn't let nobody come in, I want to say that was what's going on three. They wouldn't let anybody come in there. I want to say the only person that was able to get in there was Shy, but other than that, that particular one. But all the other what's going on is it's been I think it's been a great series. To me, this is a series where it's actual interaction between me and the people that actually take time to tune in to Tuku the Khan and what they may have to add. Really is more so about y'all, chiming in with something that you want to spread to the public as a whole. From you're contributing from the beginning, Williams, you're contributing Cadillac J Just, y'all had some phenomenal things. I can't stop saying how good what y'all brothers had to add to the various conversations that we had. Matter of fact, I want to say it's the maybe the what's going on too when I was broadcasting from the park, and it actually did the same thing it did earlier. It overheated my live stream. I had to, turn on the AC to make the phone get back cool again. Cause I'm telling you, like every time I do a live stream that's out, my phone will get hot as flames. Like you can't even hold it. It's so hot. And I don't have no kind of cover on it because some people are like, well, if maybe it's the certain kind of cover you have on it. No, it is hot as flames. It'd be fully charged. And I keep the charger on it just to make sure, okay, because I done did live streams where I didn't have the charger on it and it was at 100%, and probably within maybe 7 minutes time, it was already registering low battery and 10%, and it's a brand new battery that's in it, so that can't even be the issue. It's just a way that they know they got certain ways that they can, what's the word, reproduce that you're experiencing some technical difficulty, and it's out of the provider's hands when actually they're the ones that's kicking it off. But I guess when you got various platforms and some that operate better than others, they can't throw that monkey wrench. And I think the only other monkey wrench they throw is either you say keywords or what up, shot, I'm glad you back in here. Either keywords or they'll start trying to be like, oh well, your Wi-Fi connection, you ain't got a good connection. I got a strong Wi-Fi connection. Matter of fact, usually when I do things off the cellular, I do have a good, pretty good connection. But most of the times I do it off a Wi-Fi connection because depending on what areas of the city you're in, when you're using that cellular, it can get kind of weak depending on what towers you're around. But since they're they say they're gonna deploy 5G, but I already think it's in effect. It shouldn't be no problems with skipping a beat. But to me, that's there even more reason to be like, okay, now we do got this in here. Now we can neutralize certain people that we don't want to be speaking on the airwaves. So maybe that's why I couldn't continue broadcasting that particular live. You know. But you got anything on your mind, Shot? You got anything on your mind, Cadillac J Just? You got anything on your mind whenever you get some time, Williams? I mean, whoever else is they're not revealing in the particular chat room. Matter of fact, like I said, I had someone earlier, like I was speaking on before, comment on I want to say ridden parasites. They commented on that video, and they made it seem it's like I got the notification for it, but when I went to go look to check that notification, it wasn't there. So essentially, it's like, okay, let's eliminate people that's actually commenting where it make it seem like, okay, nobody's watching this or something like that. You know. But it was an error on their part because I still got the notification. Matter of fact, I should screenshot that and send that to them. Like, see, look, it's showing that I got this notification, but then once you click on it, it's not there. So I mean, come on. I guess they got to do brothers like the what is that the Miss Eggers boys. You know how down in the South they gave all them brothers syphilis and things like that, and oh, it's no cure and everything. When actually they were the crash test dummies to see well, how long will melanated people put up with these certain kind of diseases, even though we do got an actual cure, but we're using them as the guinea pigs. Well, we figure now we're in a modern technology era. Okay, let's use these people that we deem as unsavory. Let's use all these technical difficulties and see how they weather through this. Okay, you said me and old girl was arguing about that Alexa. I don't want to take myself in the house. Yeah, most definitely. See, a lot of people don't know. They think, oh, well, the Alexa is, good. No, let you get. I mean, we're all prone to it. Not one of us is above having an argument of some kind, even if it be you yourself or it be your lady friend. It's time to time that you have an argument and your voice start getting elevated. And that particular thing detects that. So it's like, okay, his heart rate's coming is getting kind of elevated. He's within a earshot of the mic, so let's automatically start taping and things like that. It's been countless videos, not just on this particular platform, but on other social media platforms where people posted talking to that Alexa, or do you work for alphabet agencies? At first, to say, "Oh, okay, how can I help you? Do you work for alphabet agencies?" The whole model totally shuts off. So with it totally shutting off, that lets you know that's giving you the answer right there. Like, yes, we do. All what's being said. Matter of fact, those agreements that you agree to once you update and things like that. That's what is basically you're agreeing to, like, okay, you're agreeing to for us to, record whatever's being said, and essentially when laws get changed in certain areas in later dates, we can use this against you, and probably in a court of law to build a case against you if you happen to get into some trouble. So, like, say, they rewrite laws 5 years from now, and you've been having that Alexa in your house for like five plus years. Well, say you get into altercation and you gotta battle with the belly of the beast of the system, and you're like, well, now we went and got back your records, because we got these laws now where we can reach back, and it shows right here, you done had an argument with your lady on this date. You had an argument leading up to Christmas. You was talking real bad. It sounded like you slapped her and things like that. It shows one time we done called the authorities because it sounded like someone was in danger. So I mean, I don't see no positive reason to have anything like that. It's like I said, it's bad enough you got your cell phone, and that's essentially doing the same thing with the series and the assistants that you have on whatever other a PC, telephone, or Android, or whatever the case may be. It's like you just got to be more aware of your situations. Like, if you're not really needing your phone and you're not really expecting anything, kind of put it in an area that's kind of away from you, you know. Okay, you said then I have a brother that comes by and they ain't got no filter. Feds will be there in no time, most definitely. And another thing a lot of people don't know, a lot of these cable companies provide, like, okay, ooh, I want a home security. They'll give you home security with your cable package. They'll put a camera in at your front door and then at your back door. But it's been a lot of cases where people done had that, done seen all kind of traffic pulling up, all different kind of, those cameras got facial recognition technology. So you figure you got all kind of traffic. And if you're really, really doing something, you know what I mean. If you're really, really doing something, you have all these people that's probably done had run-ins with certain enforcements and certain alphabet agencies. They start making note, like, okay, this person done been to this door like 3 or 4 times today. That's a accelerated rate for this person to be coming. This person got our jacket for this. Maybe this house is bumping for doing that. Now you're on the radar. So what you thought you was flying under the radar, having those devices, you thinking is providing you security, but actually it's not. I think if you were gonna have any kind of camera system, have a hard drive where it's not hooked up to anything through your phone or anything like that. It's a simple hard drive that think of it as like a plane with a black box. Once you go check that black box of the camera system, and it's closed circuit, it doesn't go out to nobody. You could check it later, like, oh, I know who that is. I know who done came through my house, tried to break in. You got that for yourself. But if you use their systems, yeah, it may seem like it's beneficial, but actually it's not benefiting you, especially if you're not like Hammer and you ain't too legit to quit. You know what I'm saying? So just it's certain things that you can still do to protect yourself, where you don't got to be all online and having other people making notations and tabs on you and things like that. Is you just gotta seek these things out, and it may seem like, oh well, man, if I buy this camera system, this is gonna cost me like $900. Well, you figure if it's closed circuit means it doesn't go out, nobody else monitors it but you. I'd rather pay that 9 to 1,000 versus, oh, it's only cost me an extra $40 or $20 on my cable bill or something like that. When cable is essentially forever till you cut it off, and you got people taking notations and tabs on what you're doing. Yeah, most definitely, Cadillac J. Just hook it up yourself. You got to do that. I want to say it was another thing I was going to bring up, what people need to do. Like, every now and then, like when it comes to your cell phones, because a lot of people, forget your cell phone track you through the tower. So, like, say you're in one part of town and then you go maybe, 40, 15 miles away, them cell towers is tracking what areas you in. So, you know, my uncle, he like 71, he put me up on this. He's like, you know what you do? He said, you either get a lead box, or you make a lead box and throw your cell phone in there. I mean, you do need your cell phone for certain things, but like when you get to certain places away from what you're doing, you throw your cell phone in there so it's knocking off all the aspects of the towers, tracking where your cell phone done been at. And then once you need it, and after you do whatever you do, you pull that out, and then okay, you can use it, but you're not in the vicinity of where you was at. That's a plus. I mean, they also have those cell phone pouches, but after a while, and especially with the new 5G coming online, you know, it'll still be, even if a lot of people say, "Well, you just turn your phone off." A lot of phones you can't even take the battery out of. See, if you were still able to take the battery out of it, then I could maybe see, yeah, I don't have to get no pouches or no lead boxes or anything like that. But since most of these phones, the battery don't come out, even if it's turned off, it's still on. They can reactivate it. You know, Matter of fact, a lot of people don't know. Like, say, you got GPS in your car, but you got GPS on your phone. Well, a lot of phones, they use the positioning where you're at. Like, if you leave your Wi-Fi on, and it's just steadily searching, when it's searching for different Wi-Fi networks, that's essentially telling what areas you're in. A lot of people don't think about that. Like, well, I'm not getting no calls, or nobody's trying to contact me. Well, with that Wi-Fi being in an on mode, it's steadily searching for a Wi-Fi connection. Because, like, say, like you go to the library, or I want to go to the library, or Starbucks or something like that. You turn the Wi-Fi on to see, what Wi-Fi network you could get on. So yeah, that's good and a plus. But when you just got it on and you just got your phone off, it's steadily still searching, even though you may not be trying to connect to anything. So that's essentially giving a footprint where you've been at, and all throughout the city. He was over here for maybe 15 minutes. Okay, he got caught up in traffic down here for about 30 minutes. And it's giving a stamp where you've been at. But a lot of people don't take the time to think about that. We got so many constant running distractions where, that's probably the last place your mind's going to. But, you know, as we move further in the modern age, these are things you need to think about and learn how to combat, because, it ain't going to get no more, the technology is steadily increasing. So essentially, you got to take precautions so you don't get caught up in certain webs that you don't need to be in. You don't do your family members a disservice by not being within a world when they need you. Okay, well, you said you're ready. Let me hit your line. Matter of fact, if you ain't busy, Cadillac J, just let me know. I'll patch you in too. Let me see. I'm hitting your line right now, Williams.
Yo, yo, what's up, people?
What's going on?
Another series, huh?
Right, another one.
Hey, look, man, I was trying to tell you earlier. I heard you talking about the cell phone, and I had to actually call my cell phone carrier today and figure out what was going on with my phone. It wouldn't even let me get on YouTube, man.
Mm.
It wouldn't let me get on internet or none of it. I had to call and get it straightened out, and now I know somebody else phone doing the same thing. And like last week, my homeboy phone was doing the same thing, man.
Mm.
But I don't know if they're trying to update these systems, what they got going on, or what they got going on.
Right.
But it's been crazy for me today. I had to call like 2 or 3 times to get them to figure out the problem, see what was going on, because I couldn't get on. I couldn't get on the internet or nothing.
Mm.
So
Yeah, see,
man,
that makes me think, it's like, okay, they monitor a certain section of the public. Okay, they're going to this site on Facebook or Instagram. we deem these sites as unfavorable. So we got to shut their phone down so they can't go in them. So we could pull all the data logs from all these little different sites they visit. Like I said, essentially since they about to kick off that 5G, even though the military probably been had it, but yeah.
I figure that while they do those updates, while they updating your phones and computers and stuff, they probably snatching all your information off of it too and logging it in somewhere.
Right.
You got to think about all these different kinds of software and updates they got, and every time you look around, they're doing an update. But while they updating, what's going on behind that update?
Right. What's the reason for this? I know they give the topical reasons why they need to update. Oh well, this improves, whatever, your connection and all that. I'm like, with all these updates I done had, I still been having issues with my YouTube. So where's it really fixing it? You know what I'm saying?
That's with any phone. That's with any phone you get, whether you get a Galaxy or an iPhone or they still gonna give you a problem some kind of way some way down the line.
Right.
Get a problem out of it. And with this new 5G network, I think it's really dangerous right now because you got a lot of radiation and energy and stuff that's coming off of those things, man. And it could be a health hazard,
Mm-hmm.
to a certain degree.
Right. So in another way of profiting the industrial the pharmaceutical companies, we'll be able to prescribe more, certain drugs and bring certain drugs to market because now we got this technology and these people are using it more. Matter of fact, we can discriminate. Well, we'll turn up the energy level on these deemed people more than we do on these other people. You know what I'm saying? So it affects us more in a more hazardous way, just like you just broke into.
Exactly. And we got to kind of be careful of those kind of networks like those 5Gs and those certain Bluetooths and stuff like that. Some of that stuff gives off certain types of radiation that can cause cancer within the body.
Right.
So people gotta be mindful of that too. Like it's okay to use a Bluetooth or whatever, but at the same time, you don't want to walk around with a jam in your ear all day because it could be a long-term effect that we don't know about yet.
Right. And there's a couple things I heard about when it came to Bluetooth. I done heard some people say, well, a lot of people don't know there's a lot of inaudible frequencies that can actually mess with your hearing with using them Bluetooths.
Exactly. I mean, it messes with your brain, your brain sensors, and all kinds of stuff. Because you got a nervous system that's going right there through your ear, that's going transmitting communication, everything that we learn, and everything that we know to our brain.
Right.
You got something that close up to your brain, and it's on like on a wave. You know what I mean? It may be some kind of way they can alter the way you may be able to, think maybe a talk or act to a certain degree,
Right. And this is another thing, I know there's a lot of sisters that listen. I know there's a lot of brothers that got women that, they done seen them carry their cell phone, around in their bra and stuff like that. I totally go against that. Don't do that. That's the leading cause to catch, breast cancer. So because that cell phone is, having so much radiation going towards it, why would you have that, near your breast or anything like that?
Yeah, it's a proven fact. Like when you got it in your breast or you got it in your pocket or something, that radiation heat, once you get down to that bare skin, that stuff really marks on you. Like you can see where the phone was at on your breast, you can see where it was at on your skin.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's doing some kind of a damaging effect that we don't really know too much about right now.
Right.
The technology may be good and may be smart and all that, but it's got to have some kind of, side effects and downward effects that's going on with it.
Right.
They just ain't telling the people because they're trying to get the people to, buy into what they're trying to get them to buy into.
Mm-hmm. I would even advise, I haven't really seen them myself, but, like I said, it's some type of a holster or a carrier that you can put your phone in, so it's kind of knocking down that radiation. Because I know we all got older uncles or older family members that still got the flip phone. They got it all in the little leather case and all that. But in a way, it's kind of helping knock down some of that radiation. So it's a good thing. So, but as far as not a flip phone, but if you still need your smartphone to do business, but you don't want to put it in your pocket and have it down there by your ball sack and all that and messing with
Yeah.
your member and things like that. I mean, it's just about taking precaution.
Exactly. Then you doing, especially if you out working and doing a lot of sweating and stuff like that, that ain't gonna be good for you either. Because you opening your pores up in your body, then you got that radiation heat touching your skin, it ain't gonna be good.
Right.
No cell phone can. I done seen them explode. They're dangerous.
Right.
Like you said, when you leave them on too long and they get real hot, they normally cut off. But at the same time, they probably could catch a fire and explode or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's just like those other boys. They brought those other boys out. Those you real things or whatever. How they had them on TV, they was showing the fix in them, how they were catching on fire, people was riding and putting them on charge and stuff like that. Yeah, some of those phones could do the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, as far as it's kind of like Jay just said, like the phone be updating when you don't even tell it to. Matter of fact, it do that. Matter of fact, I had a homeboy tell me, he's like, man, I turned off, I went through, because they send you through all kind of, if you got an Android, they send you through all kind of settings to turn certain things off. So he's like, I didn't want it tracking me or anything. I didn't want it, I know we all done experience, like you say something around your cell phone, like, man, I need some Mucinex. I've been having this cold. And then you see a coupon pop up saying, yeah, well, you can save on this Mucinex by, whatever percent and stuff. So essentially, your phone's listening to you. But
exactly. Man, it was this weirdest thing I seen on the app one day. I went on the app one day, and actually it was on like a Facebook or somebody's page. And they had 3 dots, like a red dot, a blue dot, and a green dot. And they was like, guess which dot, you know what I'm saying, what color you thinking of, or maybe what number you thinking of in your mind. You don't say it out loud, but you thinking in your mind.
Right.
And when you thinking in your mind and you hit that button, man, it'll tell you exactly what number you thinking about in your mind. I did that shit like 3 or 4 times. It fucking spooked the hell out of me. Now I was like, how the hell does it know that?
Right.
I'm talking about literally, I thought of a number in my mind, and the color, they had the colors already down there. I didn't type no color in, no number in, no that, and it gave me the answer to what the fuck I was thinking. That shit spooked me the hell out, man.
But see, what it is like now, I don't heard this this brother I follow on his other social media platform. He's a black psychologist, and he said there's a lot of these technologies, or a lot of like phones, that they're introducing certain technologies that we don't know about, like essentially is monitoring your brain waves and things like that. So what you speaking on that, it's like, okay, we're gonna get them to think in this certain brainwave pattern, so we'll be able to pick up on which one he's thinking of just from that. But you'll just think, oh well, they don't got this technology, how could you did that? But that's the way they did it, because they can measure your brain waves through these cell phones.
If you ever get around like some of those females that get on the phone and they be on the phone and they be asking questions like, are you 100% loyal in your relationship and this and that? They ask them kind of questions, and 9 times out of 10 they give them girls a direct, like a straight up answer, man. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I got a female friend that she'll go on there, and it's like when you're going on Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. It's the powers that be somewhere collecting that information.
Right.
They collecting whatever you like and whatever you dislike. And it's sort of like whatever you hitting that like button. That like button it's probably going to you, but it's going to somebody else too in order to keep the advertisements going. You know what I mean?
Right.
You say for instance, you like certain cars or whatever, you like certain, clothes or whatever like that, then in your phone, it'll start showing you, like you said, different advertisements or something that's close to that, to that direction of what you're thinking and knowing about, talking about.
Right. Well, another thing a lot of people don't know about, and like I said, don't take my word for it. I always throw it up there so you can research yourself, so you don't be like, oh, I'm just believing Rick what he's saying. No, go seek this out for yourself and come back to me like, Rick, I done found this out about it. But I want to say it's in Utah. They got a gigantic warehouse. I mean, this is a massive warehouse, nothing but hard drives that stores all the data that is transmitted throughout the U.S. So through all these cell phones, computers, probably, stoplights that got cameras, everything. So it's like, essentially they're storing all that. So, like I said, when I was saying earlier, they rewrite laws, they can use this against you in whatever way.
Exactly. That's just those seeds I was telling you about a few weeks ago, or a week ago, last week maybe. Well, they collected all the organic and the original seeds out of most of these fruits and vegetables and stuff.
Right.
And what they did, they just stored these seeds up in Antarctica. They got a big old like warehouse or whatever you call it. It's a big old storage unit, but it's got like every seed or every tree or every plant or everything that's ever been produced by nature. They got those seeds collected. And so they collect those seeds and they push those GMOs out here in order for us to, start using this fake food and fake, drug administration and stuff like that.
Right.
So they collect all the real information and all the real data, and they give us the generic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching some program not too long ago, probably maybe about a year or so ago, and they were showing like where they store up all the seeds and all the information and stuff like that, and it is way off in the Antarctica, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that, and then just store it up and just store it up for years and years. Like, they trying to create a famine, in other words.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To a certain degree, with the food crops and stuff like that.
Right.
So, yeah, they want you to buy that generic food and them GMOs while they still stopping around eating good stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like what we was talking about, like I like how you added seedless watermelons. Damn near you might as well say seedless cucumbers, because you bite it. I remember when I was a kid biting a cucumber, you could barely eat it because the seeds up, and now it's just you bite into it and you ain't tasting no kind of seed.
No, and if you do, they're so soft and they're so small, they ain't developed. So they more like a gel than they is.
Right, it's just like a gel, exactly.
Yeah, so it ain't real.
I
say probably about 85% of the food that we eating right now, consuming, is not real food.
Right.
I hate to say it, but they've been cloning, animals and chickens and all that stuff for so long already. So, they've been giving it to us.
Right.
They don't want us to do so much of, they got all these farming laws and stuff where you can't grow certain crops and you can't produce your own food to a certain degree without you got to have this and that kind of permit and this and that, all that's for to steal your freedom from you.
Right.
So that's what it's really all about. What they really trying to do is steal our freedom, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because freedom, believe it or not, they say freedom is free, but it's not for freedom at a cost. That cost is high, man.
Right. That's why I like that. That's why I want to say I wrote that in one of my in the comment section when I be doing my affirmations. I was like, it's feed them, or it's a fee. It's not land of the free, it's land of the fee. It costs to be here.
They put those trick words and they want you to feel like that you living in a world of you want to live in the pursuit of happiness and all that, but really it's hard to get that pursuit of happiness.
Right.
They making it hard for you, See, the people got to wake up and understand and see what's going on and start fighting against some of this stuff, man. Because it's an attack on the black man and the black woman, but it's an attack on everybody as well.
Right.
Because you got that 1% that they only care about themselves. They don't care what color you is.
Right.
So, they out for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That small 1% that's controlling the whole world,
Right.
Yeah. It all lead back to that queen, man.
I think another one people need to be aware of, how, they had these commercials and every now and then you hear celebrities talking about, I did that ancestry.com to, see, where I really came from. But what a lot of people don't know, once they get your DNA, once you swab to send off to see, what different ethnicity you may have in your background, they use that to, okay, what problems does he have? What can he be allergic to and things like that. And you sign off on that because you want to just know this little small portion when they're using the mass portion really against you. What's the sister from back in the day, Henrietta Lacks, that they used their DNA and they used it to cure all different kind of diseases and things like that, and the family didn't get no type of money for any of that. So I would advise, don't use, like, I mean, the idea sounds good. I want to see where I came from and all that, but if you don't know what they're doing with the rest of your DNA, that's a disadvantage. I wouldn't want to go down that route.
Exactly. If they want to get you, they already got your DNA. And all they got to do is plant your DNA somewhere and say, hey, he knocked somebody off, he killed somebody, we got his DNA right here. And ain't no way that a jury ain't going to be able to believe that that your DNA there, you've been there.
Right.
So it's easy for somebody to, get your DNA and steal your data, because within your blood is your data all about you.
Right.
It tells everything about your body, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody gets a pint of your blood or a few drops of your blood, and they really know what they're doing, man, they can tear you apart.
Right. And just think about this. In a lot of inner cities, I know my city ain't the only one, but we got all these plasma centers where people don't, okay, sell your plasma and get this money. Well, what are you really doing with it? I know you say the one part you're doing with it, but what's the other part you're doing with it where, people ain't really, it's going undisclosed, you know what I'm saying? Because I find them in every city, them plasma centers where people, down and out and sell their plasma to get money.
But you know what they do with that plasma after that, right? They don't tell the people they do. They take that plasma and they sell it to other people and sell it. They import it across the country and they inject that plasma and that blood into other people that need it and make them strong and make them be able to, move around a lot better.
Right.
They really getting your plasma and your blood and giving you pennies for it, and they shipping it across country to somebody else or to somebody else, and they really getting the full benefit from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they probably storing some of it up to where, hey, if we ever want to get the person in compliance and they don't want to get in compliance, we got their DNA.
Right. And you figure since we're melanated people, our plasma is a little bit more different, you know what I'm saying? Because we could take, more of the sun rays and things like that. So essentially we got more information that's,
exactly.
in our plasma. As a matter of fact, that's where, you get, think about it like this. I broke this down on a different platform and people didn't kind of see what I was talking about. But, remember the old Superman when Superman went to fly to, that, I forget the area where he went to fly, but it looked like it was a bunch of crystals and things like that. Yeah. And he would drop the crystals into the thing. As soon as he drop them in there, he would be able to like recount times with his parents and different times. Well, essentially, that was showing that's your DNA.
Exactly. See, they use those cartoons and those movies to show people how to melanate people. You know what I'm saying? Like all those minerals and gold and silver and zinc and all that stuff. The melanated people got all that stuff within their body.
Right.
You know what I mean? We had those same minerals in our body because we connected to the earth. And they ain't want to tell us that because, for certain reasons. But, it's just like when you find these kids and all these people coming up missing, they got a certain age group where they come and kidnap these children and these young adults, but they never know where they go all of a sudden.
Right.
How can all these kids go missing for so long? You not know where they is at all.
Right. Or was it the I want to say it was in Atlanta, the young brother that was found rolled up in the mat, and basically they said, oh, he crawled up in there, but then when they did the autopsy, his brain, all kind of stuff was missing. They had what is it, newspaper or balled up where his brain was at and all this kind of stuff. Like, come on now, this organ harvesting.
Yeah. That's what plasma leads to. Donating plasma and blood, all that ties into that organ harvesting. You know what I mean? All that ties into, because somebody, you thinking one of these rich people, man, need a heart or a kidney or something, they finna wait on a real long list on somebody, and they already got access and power to knowing who probably got their DNA matched already through plasma and through all these other different kind of tests and stuff.
Right.
So it ain't hard to say that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm a millionaire. I'm a billionaire. I need Rockefeller had what, five or six heart transplants before he died.
Right, he surely did.
So you know how long that list is for people that just be able to get one.
One.
So when you think about the acts of murder, he might have committed trying to get that heart to stay alive for another year or two.
Right.
Another 6 months. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I had a family member. He had liver cancer. Didn't get no transplant. He's out of here. But let it be someone like that, like you said, that's done crossover in the high millions and up in the billions. Oh, they're gonna make it happen. Why? Because they got the means to make it happen.
Exactly, and that's why our kids come up missing because they already know one thing: we get somebody that's melanated, their tissues and their organs gonna be worth way more than what ours worth.
Right.
From 9 times out of 10, our organs gonna make them, cause them to live a little bit longer. So a lot of them thrive on our blood, man, and our organs. That's why so many of us get gunned down by the police and we don't know what's going on. We got questions, why they kill a man like this and just do this injustice because they need organs.
Right.
They need somebody to put in an order and you might be a match for it. You know what I mean? So they got to get you.
Mm-hmm. But to me, that's why they got the what's the word I'm looking at? The media machine going so in all different kind of directions, music, across the globe, or black people are like, or I won't even say black people, I don't like using that. Melanated people are like this, they're like that. The drive, them seeing us as being worth anything down and even into our own eyes, but to those that are actually profiting, okay, well, since we done drove it down, we could profit on the underwear. They ain't really seeing that. Hearts. Matter of fact, this thing, like, you ever had a family member? This happened to me. Had a family member that was in the hospital and they ain't doing too good, and hey, oh, well, maybe you could donate their organs or something like that. I'm like, if it ain't on their license saying that they're with it, why are you asking me if they're, there's nothing else you could do for them, but you want me to basically chop their body up and, give it to someone else for a profit, No.
Man, them people, I had, God bless the dead, I had a brother that got killed, man. He was, at the time, he was like 20, I want to say 19 or 20 years old. He died back in like 2014, got killed.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
It's fine, it's all right. But he didn't smoke or drink or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't use drugs or alcohol or none of that kind of stuff. He was in perfectly good condition. And I'm just saying that to say that I know that they didn't just bury him without pulling his insides out. They got them organs out of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We probably don't know it because we didn't look, further detail. But every black man and black woman that go on that table for autopsy, when they doing their autopsy and doing that combination, they put those organs out of you.
Right.
And they trying to revitalize them organs. They any good? It's top dollars, but it's top dollars for the next person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, they just make money off of us all kind of ways, even when we dead.
Right.
They make money off of us while we alive and while we dead.
Right, because figuring that aspect, if we're going to talk about the medical industry, okay, this will be the surgeon's first surgery. Okay, he's taking this heart out of this person and putting it in this person. That's going to further his career. I done had X amount of heart transplant surgeries and things like that. And it didn't cost them nothing to take it out of the person that willingly gave it up. But I'm quite sure the person that needs that heart, they're gonna charge them quite a lot of money to replace that heart.
Oh yeah, they're gonna charge you, and if they got that match to it, they better have a few bills.
Huh. Right.
The bills can make that happen. But that's a real big issue within our community that people that really ain't woke to, man. These doctors, these pharmacists, man, they rig us up and they create these sicknesses and illnesses and they try to get you on medication through the medicine what make you sick. It's just like I was listening to Dr. Saber before he died,
Yeah.
He was talking about certain diseases and stuff, but he was basically saying like, the cancer and the AIDS and all that stuff just basically ain't nothing but mucus that's building up in your body. You can't get rid of the mucus that's in your body.
Right.
He was trying to give people a certain method of what to use in order to get the mucus out of your body because all the illness comes from the mucus being built up in your body.
Right.
If you ain't able to get that mucus out, it can cause a lot of things, pneumonia, all kinds of stuff, because mucus is just built up.
Right.
And people, he was trying to give people the remedy about and let them know what was going on and things that they can do to heal themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the powers that be stepped in and tried to interrupt it because he was giving out some truth to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah, because I just noticed from doing this simple thing myself. I mean, I don't know how scientific it is, but I know I used to, catch colds and catch flus and things like that. When I cut out dairy and I cut out, a certain like cheese, period, I just stopped eating cheese. I stopped getting sick. I stopped getting colds or anything like that because it's like you're cutting off the thing that helps produce that mucus.
Exactly. See, cheese really ain't, it's a dairy product. It ain't really good.
Right.
And cheese, milk, no dairy products like that. They come from the cow ain't really good for you because it came from first of all, it came from a cow. It came from an animal.
Right.
You don't see no cow getting no milk from no female, from no woman. So why would a woman get cow's milk from a female and give it to her child?
Right. And what a lot of people don't know, they put bleach, when I say bleach, in that milk because when it first comes out, it's like a pink color. This is like bloody color because there's blood in there.
Yeah, they pasteurize it with other chemicals. Mm-hmm. And see, when you give that to your baby, you know what I mean? You messing up from the jump when you feed that baby. When you nurturing that child and you're not nurturing that child off your breast, you automatically giving that child a deficiency because that child is relying on you for that nurture and not the damn cow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of females get off, revert from that and go back to the old way of giving that natural. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's a big mistake also as well that we don't really pay no attention to. You then see milk and cheese and a lot of that stuff. Dairy products, it calcifies your heart and your pineal gland.
Right.
And your pineal gland is, what they're really trying to interrupt because that's where all your information going to.
Mm-hmm.
They calcify your pineal gland. It's like an organ in your brain.
Right.
And in your pituitary gland and all that. And it's basically like it's interacting with your subconscious and all that stuff.
So think about it like this. This is the best definition I could come with. Everybody say, your third eye, that's your third eye. So think about like your regular eyes when you get glaucoma. You get glaucoma, you can't see. So essentially that's what it's doing.
That's right. Your third eye is your pineal gland.
Right.
And that's what they're really trying to, calcify that pineal gland. And once they can do that, they're able to slow your ability down and the way that you're able to move and be able to function. They can slow all that stuff down because your information ain't getting to your body the way it needs to be.
Right.
People don't understand that when you eat a lot of this pizza and cheese and drinking little milk and dairy products and stuff, it's really just like clogging your arteries up for real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's putting the film on your pineal gland. And it's enabling you not to be able to function the way to the best of your ability.
Right.
The way you should be.
Mm-hmm. I want to say, Cadillac J just said that he said that's I guess he was talking about that's the one that they get your blood, ain't it? The the ancestry.com. I want to say they do get your blood.
Yeah. They you gotta be careful of all that stuff, like going to the doctor and getting checkups and just giving them your blood, sampling out. They using your blood other than just sampling it.
Right.
They doing other stuff with it. You know what I mean? It's just up to the individual. You got to ask questions when you're going inside these doctors and stuff. A lot of them ain't gonna tell you them, but you start asking questions and hey, what you doing? You drawing blood? Where my blood going? What you drawing it for? What's this? What's that?
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to start asking those questions because I done seen a lot of folks go in there with minor illnesses and be stuck in there and maybe not even come out. Some of them die.
Right.
You go in there for a migraine headache or, a little light chest pain or whatever, and then at the while, they put you on medication, and that medication ain't helping you. It's making the situation worse.
Right. And what a lot of people don't know when they get the medications, may cause this. They're not side effects. These are the effects by taking that stuff. That's what's going to happen.
They telling you side effects, it may happen, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to happen. You stay on it for too long, it's going to happen.
Right.
Especially if your body ain't immune to, taking really your body ain't made for medication. Your body is made for healing, not medicating yourself.
Right. Because that's like putting it off instead of, okay, let me work through this. No, we're going to delay it. Why are you trying to delay it?
Yeah.
That means you're crashing down the system,
Yeah, that's that gunshot wound, you trying to put a Band-Aid on.
Right. And just think about like when you're like, oh, okay, with cancer, oh, we're gonna give you chemo. Well, that's knocking out the good cells too. That's not just knocking out the bad ones. That's knocking out the good ones.
Yeah. Yeah. And that medication that they give, like some of the AIDS patients and some of the HIV patients, some of that stuff, all that stuff does activate the disease that's within them.
Right.
And sometimes it makes them more ill and more ill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they don't understand that either. Sometimes they might say, oh, you got HIV or you got this and that, but then your body replenishes itself, and then they can't find nothing. You know what I mean? That's because your body may be able to fight it off to a certain degree. You know what I mean? Before it comes back or whatever like that. Sometimes they might never come back.
Right.
But they give you that pill, see, and once you get that pill in your system, that pill start activating those, your immune system, and it start you start breaking down your immune system, because you got to break your system down in order for it to start working. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that makes them feel worse off than what it was before they started taking it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they get real down real fast. They like then they got the medicine so high to make you to where you want to have it, to where you gotta have it, but you really don't. You know what I mean?
Right. And this, I had to say this. I don't know if anybody else thinks like how I think. I'm just gonna put this out here. Okay, remember back, I want to say it was 89. Remember when Magic Johnson came out and said, yeah, I got AIDS and all this. But he's still here. It's been a lot of people that died off. We know that died off from that. Long time ago, the tops was like 10 years. You gone.
You gone.
But he's still here. That makes me think he never really had it. That makes me think he was like the poster child for that for some reason.
Exactly. That's what he was. And people, it took me like 10 years later to realize what was really going on. Maybe 15 years or 20 years to figure out what was going on, because, like you said, he never had it.
Right.
He was the poster child for it. That was the agenda they were trying to push at that time.
Right.
Like they do everything else with this, LGBT and all this other stuff. They create that agenda first, you know what I'm saying? And propaganda, to promote that propaganda, and then they need somebody to put a face on.
Mm-hmm.
Then also, Magic Johnson, man, he was business to break so many records, they didn't want him to even play ball no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was getting to a certain point where he was going to break all these records the way it was like, man, look, you got to step down, we're going to do something to you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You got to humiliate yourself, and you got to do something to where, to where you got to fade off this basketball thing for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're getting too powerful and too what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when you start rising up and start getting ready to, when you reach that top pinnacle, them folks will start coming at you with all kinds of stuff.
Right.
And
I was gonna say that almost made me think. I mean, it's a kind of a separate subject topic, but when Jordan retired from the Bulls, but then he came back with the Washington Wizards, and it's like, why did you come back and do that? What was the reason behind that?
He had to go and humiliate himself for that sacrifice. That was that bullshit they make him do. Jordan was going to do something too, so they made him go out and play baseball. You know what I'm saying? Knowing he wasn't no good sportsman at baseball, he was piece of shit at baseball, and he knew that, but they had to still put him in that place and let him know that, look, man, you ain't going to be who you think you're going to be.
Right.
You're going to be who we say you're going to be.
Right. I got a feeling too. It got a lot to do with gambling too. A lot of people, wanted to make money on certain things and may have lost money on certain things. Like, hey, you need to rectify this because
Exactly, your dad and all that stuff too.
Right.
But it's a deep rabbit hole when you talk me. And it's the same thing with Bill Cosby when you look at it. Same thing with Bill Cosby.
Right.
His son got killed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. And just like Big Gregory said, he made a good point. You know what I mean? How could the tire go flat and somebody just come by and, you know what I'm saying, just want to rob him on the freeway, on the interstate? How can you just get robbed like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like this was back in stagecoach days. It's so many people on the freeway. It ain't like it's barely nobody on the freeway. That was a major highway he was on, freeway.
In the car he was driving, he didn't have to change the tire.
Right.
The tire repaired itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was just something within itself too. You know what I mean? That made me look at Bill. I was like, Bill, you gonna have to do something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's somebody poking at you. But if you look at all them celebrities and you look at their background, all of them, seem like they done had some kind of issues in their family to well, you know what I mean? I hate to say it, but it just seems like that though.
Right. I mean, it's too coincidental. It's like it's too coincidental on their rise. It's too coincidental on their death. So when I say coincidental, what's the one with Jennifer Hudson? You know, her mom and her nephew and people getting killed. I'm like, come on.
So that's one that you look at and we want to say that they reached that pinnacle or they made it to a certain level or whatever. Look at what they had to go through.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what I was saying when I was like, you know, I don't like that word sacrifice because that made me feel like you put something at stake greater than yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, why today every time somebody starts doing this and somebody starts doing it, automatically some tragedy happened in their life, like, you know what I mean? It's just too coincidental with all of them.
Right.
Every last one of them, you can name them. It's always somebody they know that got, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not one that I could think of. Okay, they just made it without any of this, hitting them. It's always something.
Look at Meek Mill, you know what I mean? He had Lil Snoop, you know what I'm saying? And and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's just too many coincidences where the same thing keep on occurring over and over again and lead me to believe that somebody doing some dirt some kind of way to get on top.
Right.
Somebody parasiting somebody, they try. A lot of times they putting their kids at stake,
Mm-hmm.
or their family members at stake.
Right.
And it ain't no different than the old days where they was, I watched the thing where they was talking about what her name is. It'll come to me in a minute. But I was watching it yesterday, and they was talking about not really clear at all. Shirley Temple.
Okay.
They was talking about Shirley Temple. They were talking about how when she was a young child, how she was growing up, because she started acting when she was like 3 years old.
Right.
And they were showing like all the stuff that she had to go through and what they was doing back then in the Hollywood industry to make the kids be obedient. They'll put them in these dark boxes with ice on them, make them stay there for a certain amount of hours and this and that. And they just torturing them in all kinds of ways. She started speaking out about it when she got a little bit older. If you ever get a chance, I was thinking there a link, you can check it out. But she was talking about how they was doing her at an early age, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Her parents and stuff had, sacrificed her and how the industry was doing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah. I thought that was a pretty big story within itself. Because, we look at these other people that don't have them, and we think that sometimes they might be, got by easy, but sometimes they've been and did the same thing that we got to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The hierarchy don't care, because they, like that 1% don't care.
Right. One thing that I kind of thought of too is, watching the Wizard of Oz and then watching the Wiz, and essentially they're the same. They're taking the same play, but it's just from a different aspect. You know what I'm saying? But they're both leading to the same. To me, it's like addressing the secret societies, but one from one perspective and one from the other perspective.
Yeah. It just kind of makes you think about, like I say, what's really going on and what they really do to try to make that dollar,
Right.
But like you said, you ain't got to sell your soul. You ain't really got to do all that.
Mm-hmm.
What's funny gonna come to you anyway if it's meant for you.
Right.
You ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do it trying to, impress somebody else,
But I will say this, because I done heard this from, people that have family, because I got family in the military myself. It's like you can rise to a certain level, but then after a certain level, you got to be a part of, something else to rise even further. It's like it's like you're capped off, a capstone, or should I say?
Yeah. You think that they made Jay-Z a billionaire for no reason?
Nah, I don't.
I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth though, man.
Right.
He's a good rapper and everything, but come on, man. you got to look at what's been going on, you know what I'm saying, throughout this man's life too, though. You know what I'm saying? Look at some of his surroundings.
Right.
Now, they want to say he was the first billionaire rapper, right?
Right.
But this is about 2 or 3 years ago. They were talking about Dr. Dre made his first
They
billion.
sure was with those Beats headphones.
You know what I'm saying? So who the first billionaire? Was it Dre or was it Jay-Z? Which one for real?
Right.
I know Dre had to split his up between 2 or 3 people. You know what I mean?
That's true.
At the same time, still, you know what I mean? He labeled this man that, and this man was already labeled that. So what's the reason behind that? You know? And people never question stuff like that. They always just let it fly by them. I'm thinking that, like, they just said the same thing about Dr. Dre a few years back.
Right. You know, a lot of things, this is what I always tell people to research. Don't take my word for it. If I'm putting it out in the air, go research this. Prove me wrong. You know, a lot of people think, well, Ciroc, you know, Puffy own that. Well, he don't own that. He's the pitch man for that.
He just got partnership with it.
Right. Right.
He just basically getting pennies off of to promote to the black community to get them on so they can make the small hat more money.
Right.
He don't own the winery. He don't do that.
Right.
You can buy into the stock.
Right. Right.
You know.
Just like when remember when they was like, oh, Jordan got restaurants. No, he had a small percentage in that. Or if they be like, oh, he's a team owner. No, you got a small percentage. Check their percentage of what ownership they own in them teams, or so to say they own them.
It's just like Magic Johnson. He part owner with, you know, the LA Dodgers and all the LA Lakers. He part owner. He don't own no team.
Right.
They ain't gonna let him get that big.
Right.
You can put your money in and you can get a little part of it, but you ain't gonna never be able to get, you know, like us, you know.
Right. Because, you know, they know if you get on that level, you can actually make some change. Not, you know, think of it like this, like, oh, I got a new Cadillac or a new Rolls. Well, what does that mean if you don't got no real substantial property, you know, to back you up? That could be lost within a year's time, if not months or weeks. You want something that will sustain you for not just this particular moment, for generations. Okay, my great-great-grandson gets this. That's the type of wealth you want, not riches.
That Rolls Royce, once it leaves the car lot, it's already devalued.
Right.
The price already been de-appreciated.
You
know, because they got an appreciated value on that new car, and they got another appreciated value on when it leaves that lot. Once you put that money in them folks' hands and you drive off that lot and you put another mile on that car, just say you paid $100,000 for it. When you leave that lot, it's probably about $75,000.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you ain't gonna never get that full amount of money back that you can put in it.
Right. And what's so funny, the most people are like, oh, okay, you know, they're talking down on a brother that's just getting a brand new Benz or getting a Rolls Royce. Well, they can't get it. Well, how I look at it, you're being a big trick to them because, like you said, as soon as you pull off the lot, it's losing. So you losing money. So you tricking money with them.
Yeah, and then now they see what they don't tell you. A lot of times they don't even buy that, so they lease that stuff.
Right.
They lease it. They probably pay up for about 2 or 3 years on because they already know the next thing. They want the next thing hot coming out, so they can probably lease this for a year or two.
Right.
Put in a few videos or whatever, and then boom, I'm being something else next year.
Right.
They ain't buying them cars like that, man. You know, some of them might buy, you know, they might buy, some of them might buy, you know, 1 or 2 million else. They ain't gonna just do that every year.
Right.
Like what we see.
And I look at it like this: a lot of the real wealthy people don't understand. Like, well, why do all these celebrities or, you know, people that are philanthropists have, you know, charities? Well, that's the way to wash their money. You know, that's tax breaks by giving to these particular charity organizations. But people don't look at that.
Yeah, that's just like non-profit. Everybody, they talk about non-profit organizations. Well, if you're talking about non-profit, you still getting some money off the back end from somewhere. Right. If somebody else still funding that program. You might not be getting it from the government, but you're getting it from another source, so it's still being funded by somebody. You know, it ain't just no non-profit. You still gaining off that. Right. I do feel like non-profit, you still taking your own money and you investing into it, and you giving a portion of your money away and a portion of your, you know, whatever you got going on away. And then, you know, even that, when you do that, you still claiming it, like you said, like charity. At the end of the year, that's still going on your tax.
Right.
So you really ain't giving away nothing.
Yeah, kind of like Jay just said, some back end somewhere. Yeah, it's most definitely a back end somewhere.
Always a back end.
Hmm.
And about just putting their money, not looking for no money in return.
Huh.
If I put some charity out, if I go out here and just say I'm gonna give away $100,000, well, I already know at the end of the year I can claim that and file it on my taxes. I can get that same $100,000 right back.
Right.
But you got everybody else. Oh, he gave $100,000 to say no, he ain't gave nothing.
Hmm.
He getting all that back. He just making himself look good.
Right.
You thinking he giving it all back, but he ain't giving nothing in return. He ain't really losing them. What I'm saying.
Right.
You ain't losing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You just make yourself look good, promote yourself a little bit more, and the power that be.
Right.
But to somebody that don't understand that, though, they'll be looking like, oh, they give them their money, they donate their money, they give, you know what I'm saying, they hard earned money, but it ain't like that.
Right. Just like I said, like when I broke into about, how certain people that work at corporations, but a lot of these rap artists sign these contracts. It ain't how they make it out to be, to the general public. The general public sees, like you said, they don't know that car's leased. They don't know they just rented that for the video. They thinking that's really their stuff, Think about this with Pac. All them cars that, Pac had, none of that was his. But at that time, people thought, oh, that's his Benz, that's his, Rolls Royce. None of that was his.
Exactly.
And it's not to say that he couldn't own it, but the way it was structured, it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't his. He just had it for show.
Right.
That's just like the money. That's promo money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put this out here and make y'all think I got this money and this jewelry, but this half of this junk fake anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then it's just like this right here with me. If you're dealing with these Asians that are making this kind of jewelry, and you're going to spend $30,000 or $50,000 or whatever on your jewelry, and they might be just telling you it's real. How the hell you know it's real if you ain't into that? If you ain't into that kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you ain't in that kind of profession,
Mm-hmm.
they can say you anything and tell you it's real for your money. You don't know if that shit real or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of them get beat out of their money like that. They don't even know it. They give that, because they know one thing. They know that people got nothing. They love flashy things.
Right.
They love, you know what I'm saying. Anything that shines, most of us gonna like it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they get you like that from the jump.
Right, because they control the media. They put the spin on it, like, oh, you gotta buy into this. Oh, look, this car just came out and things like that. We gotta get you to liking this, or you ain't nothing without this. You may need this fur, you may need this whatever they bring out to be the new latest trend.
Yeah. And they always do what they do. They use us for face value. They know one thing: we gonna promote it, we gonna sell.
Right.
They put a black face on a commercial, or put a black face on anything. They pretty much know it's sold to their community.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It could be the most bullshit product either. They put a black face on it. They'll sell it.
But think about it. The melanated people are the most cash cow for all kind of ethnicities, but ourselves, and that's.
Exactly. What I said the other day, man, we had told everybody else water and won't told our own for ourselves.
Right.
We'll support everybody else and patronize everybody else and this and that, but we won't just get together and create our own.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't cry and say we ain't got the money to do it, because we got the money to do it.
Right.
We see the money that they spending every day. Look, and for these rappers and artists and stuff, you know what I mean? They're making that money like that. They ought to be held accountable to be able to. It should be a rule that they should be able to give that, because we support them. We make them who they are.
Right.
They ain't got no fans. They ain't nothing. You know what I mean? And we more important to them if they is to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we just as important. So if we don't support them, if we ain't supporting these artists, you know what I mean? That means that, they ain't making no money, because it takes the people to hear what you got to say.
Right.
If the people ain't feeling what you got going on, they ain't gonna deal with you.
Right.
So, and first of all, we got to understand that we are the people out here in the world, are the people that control the matter. We run the world.
Mm-hmm.
But they want to think that we could, you know what I'm saying, we slaves and we this and we that, but we've been running the world a whole while.
Right.
They can't make it without us. We took the trend for everything, and they turn around and use it against us. They took us with our own excellence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anything we create, anything we come up with, we mastermind. They say, "Oh, you can't do that." You can't do that. But then later on down the line, they do it.
They turn around and sell it and market it and sell it right back to the same people we was trying to do that. 10 years beforehand. Now it's a good thing now that this person is selling it and trying to make a profit off it.
It's just like the alcohol and the marijuana. Back in prohibition days and all that. When you couldn't do this and you couldn't do that with the marijuana and this and that. But now they pulled all that from out of the communities, and well, we couldn't make no money off of it and pay for it. But now if you look around, they got a Walgreens and a liquor store on every corner.
Right.
They're making the money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
When we used to be on the corner, they on the corner now. They on the block now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They do drugs. They pushed us off. You know what I'm saying? We're going to legalize it now so we can make the money off the alcohol and off the marijuana.
Right. Because essentially, think about it, the U.S., we ain't really producing nothing here no more. We used to build real cars that lasted, a real long time. Like, think about the down in Cuba. They got cars from the 50s that are still running today. That lets you know what kind of quality we was building out of here. But take a car, a 99 car. You think that's going to last as long as one of them 1950 joints that's down in Cuba? I think not.
That's what I was telling you about the other day. When I was telling you about Obama when he came in office and did they catch the clump.
Right.
When he pulled all those old cars off the road, man, some of those cars, the body might have been beat up a little bit or whatever, but the motors and transmission was still running and still good.
Right.
American-made cars, they made good cars, and they just started bullshitting all of a sudden, man.
Mm-hmm.
This new stuff they got going on now is just you're getting a microwave car now.
Right.
You gonna get in that car and I don't care if it's brand new up the lot, you ain't got 0 miles on it. When they get to about 150,000 miles, you're gonna start having problems.
I look at it like this. I take that take as like this. Remember in the 80s when it used to be actual glass bottles of pop and stuff like that, and you could collect so many and get some money for them because they're reusing them. Now they just throw away plastic. We got a bunch of all these plastic bottles and stuff like that, and then they be like, "Oh, do the recycling." Well, you're not getting no money off of that, and someone's profiting off of that. So they took that, someone being able, the common person, to profit off of something that they can be put back into, being reused. They took that out of the hand of the common man.
Yeah, so I'm doing it for themselves. See, that's what I mean when I say they student all free, slowly but surely. Every little thing they can take from us, man. They taking it from us, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's almost like we allow them to, because we so intrigued and we so worried about what's going on for right now. We look at the long term.
Right.
Down the line, they coming to a point where they trying to get control of us all the way. Like just like robots, you know what I'm saying? We're just like robots in a minute.
Right.
And I saw something else today too, where the girl was talking, it was a small town they was having a council meeting. And they were talking about I forgot what law it was, but it had something to do with the gun law.
Okay.
What they were saying about the gun law was that you won't be able to buy no more new. You can keep your old guns, but you won't be able to buy no new. You know what I'm saying? So, and then on top of that, they're gonna raise the fee up to where you have to pay like an extra $25 or $50 to even. You know what I'm saying? To be able to register another gun or something to that nature they were saying. But in other words, they're trying to control the amount of firearms you can have within your household.
Okay.
And like you said the other day, that marijuana thing, they don't know that once you get that medical card, you have to turn those rights over.
Right.
You signing your rights over to get up your firearm.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's cool to smoke this and that, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't looking at, hey, if something happens, I can't even defend my house. I can't even defend my household.
Right.
Or protect myself. You know what I mean?
That's true too. I also heard they was, I don't know what state this was, but I think it got overturned. It was some state where they wanted to form a list of who actually owns firearms. So, okay, you form this list, people know who has the firearms. They could break in people's houses and okay, they got guns over here, they got them over here, And much as people be on social media, people posting, "Oh, look, I'm in Vegas right now." Well, he's not at home. That'd be the perfect time to rob their house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, and then on the other coin, the elite ones get it. I already know what you got in your house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they oppose other tactics too, where they know like, well, okay, he ain't got the two guns in his house, and we can get him outside his house. We pretty much, you know what I mean?
Right. Now, Williams, Cadillac J just said, y'all got legal weed in y'all city. In our city, I think we just legal for that. What's that? The hemp oil or whatever that is for right now. But
yeah, it's just hemp oil for right now. But they've been like, I had a few homeboys got pulled over a few weeks back, and they was like they had a few, little something on, and they took it out. They took it, and they ain't do nothing to them. So they're saying like next year it's gonna be, it'll probably be like legal. But recreation will be next year. Right now they just trying to do the medical thing.
Yeah.
So
see, to me, that's how they do the gradual step. Like, okay, we'll just do this, and then that's when it goes to the next step.
Yeah. See, once they get recreational, they'll have them vending machines and all that shit. Man, we be internet and get it done.
Right, but see, like I said, they're gonna build up the hype. Oh, now you can go get the card and all this. But if you don't want to have no firearms, well, I guess you can do that. You be a sitting duck. I wouldn't want to do that. Skip that.
No. And on top of that, you're gonna be smoking something that's synthetic. It ain't even gonna be real no more.
Right.
You smoking laboratory. So, I mean, you got deaths in the laboratory going at night.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, that's gonna get kind of. I'll say the next 2 or 3 years, it's gonna get kind of iffy.
Yeah, Cadillac J just said that ain't even a even trade. Most definitely it ain't.
Ain't no even trade. When it's already organic, you should be able to do it yourself anyway.
No, but I'm saying it ain't even a trade. Okay, you either smoke or we take your firearm, or nah, skip that. I'm keeping my firearm. I'm too legit, so why I want to relinquish that right?
But see, they trying to slide that bill in there because people don't know that.
Right.
That's how they'll pass it, because they got everybody focused on, I can smoke now. I'm good now. I ain't got to worry about this and that now.
Right.
They ain't focusing on the side effects. You know what I'm saying? They looking at it right now.
And then we're not even think about this. Okay, so you do that. You go in haphazardly, and you get your weed card. Like, well, I'm still gonna keep the firearm. Well, now they can hang you even longer if you get caught with a firearm. Think about that.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's just like contradictory to me, because you still got guys that's doing time behind the same charge, behind the same stuff, man.
Right.
If you're gonna pass a law like that, you need to retro and get these people out of jail. You just gave 10 and 20 years for a little fucking bag of weed.
Right.
So I just think it's just like an oxymoron within itself. But it's all good now because you can make money off of it. Just here a couple of years ago, you locking everybody up.
Right, disenfranchising homes and all kind of stuff, creating more problems on the top. If you just, dealt with this situation, okay, we want to really educate our people, really put our people, American people into, something more productive instead of, okay, this select few will be able to be lawyers and judges and correctional officers and things like that, selling different mattresses to the privatized prisons and stuff like that. You're only giving profit to a certain segment of the population, where you're creating more devastation is in actuality.
Because you know what's gonna happen once they do legalize it, you still gonna have people that's trying to go to work and trying to function while they own it because they know it's legal, but your job still gonna require that you be sober on the job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a catch-22. A lot of folks gonna lose their jobs and everything because they thinking that, okay, it's passed now, I can smoke now, it's all good.
Right.
But then you go on their job and they tell you to put piss in that cup, man. You see?
Right, you still 86. No, they said we can smoke, but that don't mean you can come to the job and be, whatever.
Like I say, it's gonna be tricky. It sounds good, but it's gonna be tricky to a lot of people.
Right.
I just think that we need to hear the all-around story out of it before we find out, before we just stick our nose off into it and just start and does, and then you need to hear the ins and the story, the ins and outs of it.
Right.
You know, because some of that stuff they put out there, like I said, they promote it a little bit at a time just to get your attention, to get you, yeah, it's good, we want to do this, yeah, that sounds good. But then they slowly, they take something else from it too, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a tick for tack thing. We're going to give you this, we're going to give you that, but you're going to give us something way more important than what we're giving you.
Right.
So, they always thinking 2 steps ahead. So, if they're doing that, they're doing it for a reason.
Most definitely.
What's the reason? You know, we just got to figure it out down the road. I'm pretty sure they got a real big agenda behind that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because, I guess, when one of these years move on, and like I said earlier, we about to traipse into a new decade, 2020. That's coming. So many months. 2020 will be here. That'll be a whole new decade. So with new year, new decade comes new things.
Yep, you got a new president that may be coming into office. You got a whole lot of stuff in the change in 2020. It's going to change right before our eyes. Right before we can see it and know it's going to change just like that, because that's the time frame we in now.
Right.
We used to be can sit back and see everything coming. Now it's coming so fast that if you ain't really paying attention, you ain't gonna know it. You ain't gonna know it hit you.
Right.
You're gonna be like, God damn, this really. They're gonna be, at the while they're gonna be trying to down enforce martial law and all that, telling you when you got to go in the house, curfew and all that. At the while.
Right. Be like the purge, they catch you outside and they could dust you off and there ain't even no issue. But think about it, in certain instances, if you get stopped by law enforcement and if you say something that they find unfavorable, that might happen in certain situations. So I mean, in a actual reality, that's kind of happening right now.
Yeah, that's why they show it to you on TV, those purge movies and all those crazy movies, because they let you know this is what's going to get ready to take place in the near future.
Right.
We promoting this. We putting this out for y'all to be able to see it, get conditioned to it, and get used to it, and then we'll know how to come in and take over.
Mm-hmm.
Because your mind already in that state where you used to seeing it.
Yeah, you've been conditioned.
Yep. Once we start putting it in effect, you're gonna be numb to it because you've been so used to seeing it.
Right.
So it's just like those 9/11 movies and all those movies they were showing before 9/11. Once they hit that World Trade Center, but before that, look at all the movies that came out. We're talking about, 9/11 and talking about the stuff that was going on prior to that.
Right.
They made all kind of movies and stuff prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
And once we're able to go back and look at it and be like, oh, this led up to this, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Disaster. So they actually create the chaos to get order out of the chaos.
Right. Like you were saying, it's preordained, it's pre-programmed. It's like okay, we're seeing all this. This can't happen for real. Just think like back in the Dick Tracy comic books. Oh, look, you got a phone where you can see a person on a TV screen. We got that right now. So I mean, come on.
That was the Jetsons back then.
Right.
And just like Back to the Future when they were showing that hoverboard. I got in an argument with my brother about that. I was like, man, if they showed it to you on TV, after I seen they had it back then. Right. But the people, they already know one thing: the masses ain't ready for. We can't just put this on the people like that because they're gonna be too. You know what I'm saying? We got to groom them and get them ready for it. Right. For what's to come. This was coming. That's why they showing them to us in these cartoons and all these kind of movies. They showing them what's to come. Right. It's coming. It's already here. They're just trying to implement it and put it into effect. And they want you used to it. Mm-hmm. So when they come, guess what? You can just ride right on smooth right on in with it. It won't be no kind of rebellion or nothing, no kind of, you just dumb down and just keep on, just go with the flow, And that's you brought up a movie that, I think a lot of people need to rewatch. They probably think, oh, it's old, if you ain't looking for these particular scenes, it'll go over your head like you said about the hoverboard. Another one when they went to Marty's house and he had a flat screen TV. That was back in '89. It wasn't no flat screen TVs back then. But they had it though.
Yeah.
They showing you then.
Yeah.
They showing you then they had it. You mean just like those car phones and those phones they had, those cell phones they were showing them phones back then.
Right.
And now look, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Or was it when they was showing like Jaws 32 and that hologram came down? They got holograms now. I mean, they've been had it, but they were just showing it to you in all. Look what could be. No, it is. That's what they're showing you. It is.
It's predictive programming. And getting you ready for what's to come, because they already know they got the technology for it. It's already here. Ain't nothing new in the sun. It's already here. They just present it to you in a different form now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, they can take old technology, which is, that's all it is trick knowledge. It's really just put tech in it. But it's trick knowledge. It ain't tech knowledge, it's old trick knowledge.
Right. Another one, let me see if you got this one. Okay. In Back to the Future 2. Remember when Biff got that book when he was an old man, and then they went back to the olden times, and like Biff was owning a casino, and he kind of had a comb over, and then say, "Oh, Biff is gonna be president." I mean, who's that associated with? Who owns casinos with his name? Donald Trump. That's who that's mirroring. So they was telling you way back then.
And they showed you again up to date with the Manchurian candidate. That's Donald Trump all over again. He acting his role like the Manchurian candidate.
Right.
That's him. And they showed you him in the Simpsons too, in the cartoon. They showed Robin Williams. They showed Trump president. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And people ain't paying no attention. They showing you this stuff. They letting you know that look, we all connected. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We showing you this, and there's only going to be certain people that's going to be able to catch this stuff. We already know the world ain't going to be able to get it, but certain people going to get it. They're going to be able to put this stuff together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't for everybody. You know.
Man.
But for the ones that get it, like we get it. You know what I'm saying? We got to find a way to break it down and give it to the other people who don't really get it.
That's true.
You got to tell to them in the elementary, you know what I'm saying? So they don't understand what's really going on. So we got to break it down to them and give it to them in a little small portion.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I think I want to say one of the first ones when I woke someone up, I was telling my partner about, you know, this is maybe about 5 years ago when they were talking about pink slime. I don't know if you remember this, but when they was talking about pink slime, like, what's pink slime? Like, well, a lot of people was thinking they were showing these factories where it looked like, oh, that looked like strawberry, like a strawberry shake. And they said, no, actually, that's supposed to be, you know, the hamburgers that go into like Burger King and McDonald's, but it's meat filler. So it's not real meat. This matter of fact, what almost looks like that, I don't know if they still make it. I remember it used to be dog food that was the same color. And that got meat filler in it. It's like, okay, we're not going to put so much meat in it because it's going to cost so much to slaughter, you know, so many, you know, cows, or, you know, in some cases they probably use horse to make all this dog food. So we got to make this filler to go in with what we do have. So essentially they put that meat filler in, you know, a lot of this fast food stuff.
Yeah, see, they started with experimenting with the animal, and then they moved on slowly but slowly from the animal to the human.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was looking at something earlier yesterday too about how they next year they finna bring in this genetically modified salmon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what they didn't do is they didn't breed two different salmons together, and they didn't injected some artificial stuff into it to where the bees can live longer and maintain the same freshness and all that to it. Anyway, it was laboratory made. They might put it on the U.S. market next year. Right.
But what a lot of people don't know, when you consume that, that's altering your genes. That's altering your DNA structure. It's like we can't inject you with that because, you know, we might be liable. But if you just eat it, you know, we're not liable for that part of it.
The more you consume it, the weaker your genetics break down.
Right.
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to break your genetics all the way down to where, you know what I'm saying, to you weak.
Right.
You know?
So you may be sterile, like, man, I can't have kids, or you know, something as simple as a cold may affect you more because, you know, you've been consuming this particular product, you know.
It's made to kill you out, the college. Get you out. They don't want you to mass producers. They don't want you producing no more. So they're doing anything they can to kill you off.
Right.
Whether it's long term or short term, it's all in the making for them. That's why they call it race, because you racing for survival, man. They call it a race, and ain't because you black or you Asian. It's called a race because you in it for survival.
Mm-hmm.
You in survival mode. You trying to your culture and your family and your tribe or whatever trying to survive through this world. So they call it a race because it's a race for survival. You got the race to get this money, this wealth. You got the race to keep your people on top. It's a race. It's all about survival mode, man. You know what I mean?
But yeah.
So, and sometimes we got to understand that, we a team.
Most definitely we are.
Yeah, we a team. That's the way we constructed as a team. The Mariners race, they're a team. The Asians, they're a team.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, these teams set up, and they run the marathon for survival.
Right.
They don't care about trying to step on none of our, feet or nothing, head or nothing to try to get the way they're trying to go, because they in the race.
Right.
And they understand that we in the race for survival. Because look, y'all been on the earth for all these years, and we gonna be here.
Right.
But we trying to outlive y'all now. We trying to change this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so anything we can do to break y'all down, we're gonna try to do it.
Right. Yeah, Cadillac J. Justice chimed in and said, got to make it to the finish line. Most definitely. You got to be there for your C's, too. I mean, a lot of people think, I done had issues with her and all like that. I'm just going to walk away. You can't do your C's like that. I mean, just because maybe if you had a father or mother that kind of did you like that, you can't just turn around, okay, I'm creating a life, and I ain't going to do right by them. That's what's helping, spiral down certain parts of, our people.
That's right. You feeding the system what they want. You might as well just have an abortion or just kill yourself. You don't want to produce no more.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the main object is, to stop us from producing.
Right.
See, one thing they know that they can't produce as much as we can. They got a low sperm count, so they can't produce like we can produce. In the average million household, they probably ain't got no more than probably 2 or 3 in the whole household, maybe 4. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the kids and the parents. They might have 2, 3 kids, and then and somebody million family, we got 6, 7, 8 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they ain't able to keep up with us like that. And that's a problem for them.
Right.
Because they seeing later on, you know what I'm saying, down the line, they look, our race fading away. There ain't gonna be no more of us if we don't produce.
Right.
So in order for us to start producing, we got to start slowing these other folks down because they producing way more than us.
Right. But if people look down on a grander scale, we all breathe air. You know what I'm saying? But they wanted so many divisions to be like, okay, well, just because I got less melanin in my skin or whatever, that makes me more superior or something like that. If we all cut off the air from a certain person and they throw them in there, they all gonna die just the same. It ain't gonna be okay, this one lasts longer or something like that. Or you throw these people in the water and they can't swim, they all gonna drown. It don't matter but this is how they divide us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, just don't be an asshole to me. That's how I look at it. As long as you ain't an asshole to me or none of mine, I don't got no issue. But when people try to, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this because I feel I could get away from it. That's what causes the division. That's what causes people to get off their square and start acting a certain way. Because it's like, man, we've been done wrong so long. I don't see, my mama done work her tail off, and she ended up having a heart attack or catching this cancer or something like this. They start making people think, like almost in a kamikaze way, like, man, I'm just gonna do this till whatever happens. And it shouldn't be like that.
No, yeah, we are the same people, but in so many ways, we so much more unique and different at
right.
the same time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they different in their own way, but we unique in our own ways. You know
right.
what I mean? Even though we breathe the same air, we still tote different. We tote different packages.
Yeah, different properties within us. You know what I'm saying?
So, and that's just the way we built. Everybody ain't built the same.
Right.
And we got weaknesses in us, and they got weaknesses in them too. So it's the same, like you said, we breathe the same out. So we just got to understand the difference of who we are. You know, because we are some unique people, and they know other people like us on this earth.
Right.
And the thing about it, they know that about us, but they don't want us to know that.
Right.
You know, they don't want us to know the greatness is within ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We some great people. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it, they really can't be great without us. It's through our greatness that they shine.
Right.
They don't want us to know that though. You know.
Just like, basically a lot of different countries, got something to say about Africa. Oh, this is going on there. It's famine and all that. But all the most precious elements come up out of Africa. So
that's why you see all them trying to get over there. They've been invading Africa for years and years.
Right.
With the whole while they showing us that they starving over there, they over there walking with their resources. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They got us over here thinking that they ain't got nothing over there. In reality, they got everything over there.
Right.
But see, they don't want us to go over there and connect with our people in order for us to come together and start controlling stuff.
Right.
So they'll divide that up. You know what I'm saying? Say, nah, we're gonna just show this on TV and put this in the people's head. We're gonna show these children with the necks flying around and big eyes and big bellies and all that stuff. Starved out, no clothes on. We would show them that to make them feel like ain't nothing going on. But in reality, we're going to go over there and wake up.
Right. Yeah, because contrary to popular belief, when they show them commercials, oh, Africa is poorly developed. They got cities just like we have over here. They have black people or Africans that's flourishing just like it is over here. So it ain't all like, everybody's living in huts and things like that. It's remote areas that maybe tribes still like that.
They like way bigger than the U.S. They got like 64 countries within one. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? They big. They ain't just no small place.
Right.
Every mineral that ever got came out of Africa except for water. Except for water and coal.
Mm-hmm.
Gold and everything, all that stuff come out of the Congo. Even the cell phones on the day, that cobalt and all that stuff that go inside these cell phones that make these cell phones wireless, they get that stuff from out of the Congo.
Right.
They go over there and they strip and they kill and they rob and send diseases over there and they steal all that resources they bring over here and use it for technology.
Mm-hmm. And then you wonder why is issues in Sudan and things like that. Like, why is this happening? Why do you think they want people to take over certain areas? Okay, we got to get these people out of this area. So, we'll pay these turncoats to, start turning on their people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Every cell phone that we buy, every pair of Jordan that we buy, every shoe that we probably buy, they've been made over there at a hard labor, cheap labor.
Right.
They go in and enslave them and pay them pennies the same way they did us back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Pennies, we didn't get paid nothing, but they probably giving them pennies, you know what I mean?
Right.
You just think you paid $200 for a pair of Jordans. He probably ain't investing no more than about $20, $30 in that same shoe.
Right. If that.
If that.
Huh.
And them people over there, they slaving and making that kind of material, and they give it over to the U.S. And it's a high commodity to us, but it ain't nothing to them because they making it.
Right. I actually, I went to, because I had a couple of two-cooler concerts made up. I went to this this guy that makes the shirts, and he was a melanist person. He had said, over in China, when it comes to making shirts like these, or even like you said, like Jordans, they got big skyscrapers with nets on them. I'm like, why do they got skyscrapers with nets on them? He's like, because the working conditions are so bad, people were jumping out of the windows, so they put a net in it. So it's like, oh, you ain't basically escaping slavery. We're gonna catch you. You jump out, you're gonna get caught by the net, and we're gonna put you back to work anyway. So I mean, I'm like, man.
Same thing. They enslaving them. And see, we over here we ain't able to see that side of the coin, so we thinking it's all good.
Right.
But we actually contributing to our own destruction.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like going overseas to fight. What you going over there to fight your own people for? They ain't did nothing. I ain't got no reason to go over there and fight no matter what who ain't nobody started them with me with.
Right.
So, but we get all these people and all these, people to go over there and fight these other countries, and then when you found out later on about it, that, hey, look, they weren't even against us. It was them. It was just them trying to go over there and take something.
Right. Because matter of fact, I done heard from countless soldiers I done talked to. It's been cars I done bought from people that are in the service. Like, man, I went over there. All we were doing was protecting oil rigs and things like that because we were essentially taking over these people's, land and things like that to have placement for the oil companies and stuff like that. So essentially, we were hired mercenary for the oil companies.
To take over. That's it. They just doing the takeover.
Right.
And they want us to get our hands there and go there and fight. They walk for them when and the issue ain't with us, it's their problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like iffy on that situation too. You know, that's why I try to tell you. I had enough, uncles and stuff go to the military and go in the service and something. Well, shit, I don't know nobody that went in there and came out with a sound mind. You know. I don't know nobody that went in there and actually been into a combat or some kind of situation and came back out. They ain't on medication. They got a limb missing. There's something going on with them where they've been fucked up.
Yeah, some major PTSD issues and all that.
So how did you send these troops over there like that? You know what I'm saying? To me, it's like it's something. They seeing something. They being traumatized. They being shocked. They seeing something that ain't agreeing with their mind, and it's freaking them out. You know what I mean? And they getting back over here, man. Some people lose their mind when they get back over here.
Right.
Back then it was like that. I don't know how it is now. But you know the stories how they'll go over there with, they go over there with good intentions and they got a sound mind. And the next thing he was in the service. He's old now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uncle Frederick says he ain't right no more because he's been over there. You know what I mean? We heard these stories.
Right.
So.
Yeah, Cadillac J just weighed in. He said, like the movie Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. They be telling you.
Yeah. I watched that movie about 3 nights ago, man. That was you're right. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pick that up again. I mean, I got it, but I haven't watched it in a while. I'm like, man.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. But see, some of those same movies, it line you up to that same. One thing about it, they're going to always let you know what's going on.
Right.
It's going to be out. They ain't going to hide it from you. They're going to put it right there in your face where you can see it. It's up to you to pick it up or not.
Right.
Whether it's through a subliminal message or a subconscious message or plain out blatantly, but you just got to be able to have a discerning spirit and heart to be able to know what you're looking at and watching it. Don't watch stuff for entertainment and fun. Everything you watch has got a meaning to it.
Right.
You can apply it in some kind of way because that's what it's there for. Tell you this predictive program. That's what they put it there for you to see something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm like you. I try to watch these movies and I like to break them down and see what's going on, what I can get up out of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know all of them got something that's in there. They trying to promote some kind of agenda or push some kind of narrative or something. But you got to figure out the clue. You know what I mean?
I think another one. I mean, I did a little bit touching on it. Is a Space Odyssey 2001. That came out in '68. Back then, if you watch that movie, they show flat little tablets that are essentially iPads. Way back then in '68, so they had the technology. And then when it comes to artificial intelligence, they had the computer HAL. And then that was supposed to be artificial intelligence and things like that. But back then you would think like they don't got no technology. Well, that is here. And it's another YouTuber that broke this down. He's like, what letter is one letter off from HAL? And you have H. What comes after H?
Yeah.
I. What comes after A? B. What comes after L? M. IBM. So that's telling you that company's behind, the starting of this algorithm. That's, really running a lot of things on the undercurrent of the world that people ain't even, taking time to see.
So, the computer, the first computer that was ever created, you knew that was a woman, right?
Which one was that?
That was the first computer that was ever made. It wasn't in a device form. It was a female. It was a melanated female.
Okay.
They created the computer. They used to call her the computer. She knew the mathematics. She was the one that supposedly had guided some astronauts out to space to a certain, through the Van Allen belt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She guided them out the Van Allen belt some kind of way and supposedly brought them back into Earth's orbit. Because they can't, you just can't go out of Earth without going a certain degree or a certain kind of, you know.
Right, you'll get roasted by that radiation.
Right. So this woman, they call her the human computer. You need to do that. Check, when you get a chance, check that out.
Okay.
She was a melanated woman, and they call her, I think, back in the 1950s or 60s, maybe earlier than that, but the word computer came from that black woman.
Okay.
And that melanated woman. She was a mathematics teacher.
Mm.
And they call her the human computer.
Mm.
And so after that, they started, like I said, we started everything, man. We set trends, you know what I'm saying? They just copy after us.
Yeah.
They put their own names on it. We set these marks down here, man.
Right.
You know?
Just like the initial White House. Who built the White House? Who came up with the plans for that? It was a melanated person.
Exactly. Benjamin Banneker. Exactly.
Because matter of fact, I want to say the original plans got burned up. Like, oh, what are we gonna do? He's like, I remember it. I remember all of that. And when they lost the plans, they were still able to construct it.
Yep. He laid it out. He laid the capital out just like a 6-point star. If you look at it. You ever seen that diagram of the capital? How they got the capital lined up? They got it set up in the 6-point star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they let you know it's a big system already.
Right.
You know. And everything reverts back to, you know what I'm saying, it's commonality, but once you start digging real deep into the rabbit hole and seeing what's going on, it all reverts back to the technology the ancient stuff that we had, that they stole from us and using it against us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To make sonic symbols and all that stuff, man, we created all that stuff, but they just taking it and using it against us now, and they call it the Illuminati now.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's the same symbols that's been going on throughout history since ancient Kemet, you know what I mean? Same thing. So we just got to understand with the powers that be, what kind of plans they got for it. They trying to take everything from us and switch it around and make a lot of stuff seem that it's bad. It was really good for us.
Yeah, it's almost like what they call it, reverse technology. It's like, okay, yeah, we're like, it can be used for good, but we're gonna make it for bad. You know, like, man.
It's just like voodoo. You know, we practice voodoo. The ancients did, over in Africa, we practice voodoo for spiritual and healing and stuff like that. You know, but you get over here in Western civilization, and they want to say, "Oh, that's all bad. You can't practice voodoo. That you communicating with this, that, like that." But that was our way of life back then. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But see, we get over here in the Western world and we're thinking it's all bad. But some of it, because they done made it and turned it bad.
Right.
But it wasn't bad from the start. See, it was all starting out good. So they just take everything that we got and they switch it and use it against them because it's bad for us. And it's not. Some of it's supposed to be really good for us.
Right.
But if you don't know that, then you will fall right into the trap.
That's true too.
Yeah, because you'll be conditioned, like they've been telling us. So and rabbit hole get deep, man. Once you start doing research and start looking at some of the stuff that like I said, I had to break myself down and I had to stop doing what I was doing and just start all the way over again with my whole life to just see where I went wrong at. Like, I know I've been lying. Now let me find the real thing. Let me find out what's really going on.
Right.
You gotta take that person inventory. It takes time. You don't just get it overnight.
Yeah, it's far from being overnight,
Hell, I ain't got it. I'm still finding out new things that I know, and I know it's true because I feel it in my heart, and I know it's true. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can feel the truth, So everybody, like I say, everybody has their own truth. It'll settle in their own spirit the way it should, if there's some truth to it.
Right. To me, I liken that feeling to this, and I know people can relate to this. Like, we all have either a parent or a mom or a dad or a granddad or grandma or a cousin or a great aunt that we were real close to. Once they got sick, it's like when you're a little kid, you thought these people that were your guardians were like super, but once they got that sickness on, that just it made it become this lets you know how human they really are. It ain't everybody ain't impenetrable. That type of feeling, you know. That's just how it is once you start waking up from like, man, I've been like you said, I've been lied to. It gotta be something else because this just don't feel right.
Yeah. They tell you stuff like that you know, for not to quit, like going to church or whatever. You know, I ain't got nothing against it or whatever, but they like, you know, don't question the Lord, don't do this and do that. But I mean, why shouldn't I? Why I want answers. You know, why should I be able to question my Creator or question, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's going on, or you know, and I just feel like sometimes they might not have the answer. They might just feel like, hey, don't question the Lord because I don't have the answer.
Right.
You know. But maybe one day, you know, if you keep living long, it'll be revealed to you. You'll see it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of look at it like that too, in a way. You know, it's always an answer out here.
Right. Now let me. I haven't said it in a while. If y'all been sitting and enjoying this particular dialogue me and William's been having taken place, and Cadillac J just chiming in, you could chime in. You can actually put up your number, and I can hit your line, and you could join in on this conversation if you got anything you want to add to it. You know, I ain't being funny like only this set person can talk on here. No, if you got something that you want to add to this particular conversation, throw your number up. As soon as you throw it up, I'll delete it out so nobody else gets it.
I'm good. Ain't nobody saying that. They just listening to it.
I guess that's how it is.
Well, people.
Right.
This is what's going on with 5, baby.
Yeah, it's 5. Like, man.
It's 5 people. What's going on?
I guess they waiting on me to get that number to actually call in. But I mean, you can still call in. I mean, throw your number up. You know.
We ain't here to bite you now.
Right.
We want to talk.
Huh.
I know somebody got something they want to add in or say something.
Right.
So, hey, somebody know a little bit more than me, or if somebody even disagreeing with me, call in.
Right. Tell me where you think I'm going wrong at. You know, even if I feel I ain't going wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you call me and you know, let me know. Hey man, you might have said something that I ain't agree with. Help say me out. Let me see your point of view.
Right.
Well, I can see. I'm looking to see, you know, other directions too.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying I'm always right now. I know I could be wrong.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to put it out there like, oh, Rick's the guru. You know, they the only ones that got the answers. No, I ain't never said nothing like that. We'll never say anything like that.
Yeah, I could be wrong anytime. I'm just speaking my truth, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just speaking the way I feel, and that's the only way I can speak is how I feel. So, I mean, if somebody else, they might have they might have more knowledge than me. They can come in and correct me on some of my isms.
Right.
I might be wrong at certain things I might have said. I might be wrong, and I don't want to offend nobody, nothing like that. But I just try to keep it real as I can, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And try to speak my truth.
Right.
But if y'all like what we talking about, hit the thumbs up button.
That too. You can do it. You can do it that way too. There's enough people in here like, oh, let me hit the thumbs up. I've been sitting in here enjoying what they had to say, going back and forth. You know, they don't cover some areas that I never really thought of. So let me hit the thumbs up on that joint.
Give the thumb. Not the one going down, the one going up.
Right. Either way, you done contributed a viewer by watching it. So, even if you was hating so bad, like, oh, you still watched it. That view counts. So,
We take haters too.
Right.
Like we take y'all too. Y'all call in too.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah, ain't that type to be petty, like, oh, okay, now y'all hit his line because, he went to hate. No, throw your number up. We'll have a healthy dialogue, back and forth. That's what it's about. Whoever you may be.
Just trying to keep some positive vibe going and, trying to put something out there in the air that the people know that it is real people out here in the world that and we got real topics that we talk about and real, it's a possibility. We ain't saying these things going on, but it's a possibility they could be going on.
Right.
So in every situation that that can be a prize. It's going on somewhere, whether you know what's going on or not. So, I mean, take it in and, you know, eat the meat and spit the bone out, however you want to take it.
Right. And thanks for whoever put that thumbs up. Hey, thank you. Hey, if you give some more, give some more. If you could throw your comment in there and add something, do that too. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, we too cool to come. We trying to put it out here to the world that the people know that we ain't trying to be con. So
right.
We ain't on that type of energy.
Right.
We're trying to put out positive vibes and, you know, try to enlighten the people that we can.
Yeah, a lot of people think, oh, well, if you're dispelling the con, that means you hating. No, I don't want nobody to be con by someone that's trying to you know, basically try to cause destruction to somebody because they ain't up on something. I'm trying to put you up on, like, you know how people say I'm trying to put you up on game. Well, essentially that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you to stay out of the way from, you know, hitting these unnecessary dead ends and things like that.
Parasites.
Right. Lisa Smith says she just dropped in real quick. Okay.
Shout out to Lisa Smith.
Right.
That's the infamous there.
Yep, that is.
Okay. What's up?
Right. You're gonna have to get on one of the lives that her and Shy be doing, you know. I love to hear your interaction between, you know, them, how it go down.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to chopping it up with them one day. It's all good.
Right.
Maybe we can put something together and chop it up.
Right. Yeah, she just said, hey, Mr. Williams.
What they say?
She said, hey, Mr. Williams.
Oh, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by.
Right.
Too cool to come. We're trying to keep this thing going. We on what's going on by now.
Right.
Hey, I'm trying to catch you and Shaw. You and Shaw ready to run,
What's so crazy, Lisa Smith in there and Cadillac J just in here. And it seems like every time they get on, it be something back and forth.
Cadillac J just told me he's going to call in the next time. What happened to him?
I don't know. You still there, Cadillac J just? You did say you was going to call in the next time. This the next time, so what's going down?
Yeah, we ain't taking no for no answer this time. Nah, he probably caught up though.
Yeah, he said I'm on the road running right now.
I understand. I'm glad as long as you tuned in.
Right.
That's all that matters. As long as you tuned in. You know.
Yeah, Lisa Smith said, of course you be speaking the real.
Appreciate it.
Then she said, Williams, I meant, yeah, that's okay. That's the same. She corrected, but she said, yeah, you be speaking the real, Williams.
Appreciate it. I just be trying to drop the jewels that I know, you know, that I got, and try to hope somebody else can pick up on it or whatever, you know.
Right.
I'm always willing to learn more too, though, you know what I'm saying? So I be wanting somebody to chime in, you know, teach me something, because I don't know it all.
Right. It seemed like it almost like they do it one at a time. Like, okay, we ain't gonna get nobody to call in because that might be too much interaction. So if you got one person leading, you know, talking about something positive, we don't want to add too many into that mix, because then it might become too powerful. So we'll just let them get a tidbit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But they don't know. We'll keep it going though. They just keep feeding it to them like that then.
Right.
So, you know, I'm glad people enjoying it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. It make me feel pretty good anyway. Make me feel like I ain't wasting my time, you know.
Right.
You know. And somebody going through something, somebody feeling what we talking about. So that shout out to them.
Yeah, Cadillac J just said, yeah, I want to hear Williams talk to Lisa.
Hey. Yeah, I ain't got no problem talking to her Will, because I know how to come at her. I know how to talk to her.
Okay.
Yeah. I ain't gonna come with that.
So tell me this, okay? Where So you're saying you thinking it's a way that Cadillac J Justice is going wrong? I mean, I'm not trying to play like instigator. I'm just trying to gauge. Like you say, you know how to talk to her. What would be the way that you talk to her? Is what I'm saying.
I mean, first of all, I'd be like, I want to find I want to find some common ground, see what we got in common first, and then I can see where we can go from there. Or like what kind of topic we can take, or what we can just go on. I'm more like a free fall. I free flow. You know what I mean? So it's like whatever come out, I'm able to just take it and just, you know what I'm saying, take the situation and just, you know what I'm saying, go a different direction with it.
Right.
You know, I ain't saying I'm no special guy, nothing like that, but it just depends on the conversation and the mood and which, you know what I'm saying, what's on the topic.
That's true. That's true.
Certain topics I ain't gonna address, and I ain't gonna come at her on no kind of level where I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, kind of offend her or nothing like that, and I don't want to make her feel like she offended. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you never know, because you're dealing with a female and they get emotional. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because they're dealing with hormones. You know.
But I would just definitely just let the conversation flow and see what's on her mind, and then maybe try to, you know, blend in and you know, take off from there. You know, I give her comfortable space and just let her be able to come in and then, you know, feel comfortable talking to me, you know what I'm saying? Then we just go from there.
Right. Yeah, she just commented, said, next time there is a live, I am okay with talking to anybody. Okay.
That's cool. What's up? Yeah, nothing like that, Captain. I ain't saying you did anything wrong or said anything wrong throughout the way. Ain't nothing like that. But you might have just caught in one of them moments or you hit one of them nerves at that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true too.
I ain't saying you did nothing wrong. You all right with that, you know?
Yeah, because you know when the last one that they did, when it ended, it was still cordial. You like, yeah, you know, have a good day. It wasn't, you know, throwing back no hate or anything like that. It's just that
I like that because it was a good healthy debate.
right.
And so when you're able to debate and then get along with somebody afterwards without it being no kind of animosity, then it's a good debate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
You ain't mad at me, I ain't mad at you. We just spoke the way we feel, and I'm feeling cool with how you feel, and you cool with how I feel.
Right.
So you know what I mean? That's basically what it's about here. Everybody ain't trying to agree on everything.
That's true.
Sometimes we need a disagreement to keep things going. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if anybody disagree with what I'm saying, come in and straighten me. I can stand and be straight, and ain't that hard on my heart the way I can't be straightened out. I can be straightened out too.
Right.
You know?
And like I said, if because I know some people like, well, Rick, I don't put up my number. Well, sometimes you, like I said, I mean, sometimes they'll let you throw your number in there automatically and it'll show up. But then other times, if you put your number in there, they'll block it. So that's why I say sometimes, like if you put in your number, the area code 552 or something like that, you got to spell out one of the numbers to let it go through, so they won't block it.
Yeah. I put it in. Put the area code, then put a space, then put the 3 digits, then put a space, and put the last 4 digits.
Right.
It might go through like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes you try to put all the numbers together, ain't gonna let it go through.
Right. Now, Cadillac J Justice said, I like to hear what she really thinks. She's cool, though.
Oh, she cool. He might be asking something you don't want to know. Don't take yourself on it. He let you have it.
Yeah. Yeah, that last night, she was on flame. I'm like, whoo.
Yeah, I definitely say I just have to let her just, you know, break the ice and, you know, do a free flow.
Right.
Like I say, you never know how situations might go, what topics might. We done covered all kind of issues. We done turned all kind of corners.
Right.
So, and that's my main thing there, just hitting topics and, you know, hit them and bounce off of them and move on to something else.
Right. Especially when someone throws something else up. Okay, let me combat that aspect. Okay, they're going to this direction. Let's cover this, you know?
Yeah. And that keeps the people tuned in and give them something more to just, you know, because when you've already heard the main event or the main topic of a certain situation, you already pretty much know where it's going. But then you'll pretty much get, you know, I know where they're going with this right here, so I ain't have to hit them or I cut it off.
Right.
But if you like, damn, they said this, they said they hitting all these, I don't know where they're going. I'm going to hang on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to be ready for the next turn and be ready for the next topic or the next, what's going on.
Right. Yeah, Lisa Smith just added, said, thank you, Cadillac J. Just, I like talking with you. And then she added, it may not seem like it, but we just different.
That's it. And ain't nothing wrong with being different.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that. I like to live different, you know what I'm saying? Be different. Be yourself and be different. Don't be too much like, nobody else, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's another thing, the youth, sometimes you gotta don't follow the trend, set your own trend. So yeah, that's definitely what's up. I think everybody have that certain friend or that certain person that they just. I got a homeboy right now. He's real cool. I consider him a friend, but we ain't no close friend. But he's a friend. I've been knowing him all my life. But every time me and him get around each other, oh man, we having a great debate.
Right.
We having a great debate every time we get around each other.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, I just let him do the talk because I already know I can't out talking.
But let's keep it real. We know debates can go two ways. Like, it's a healthy debate where, like, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I could expand on it. Then it's a debate like they feel everything you're saying is wrong. So it's like, wait a minute. The energy of the debate. It just depends.
In some ways, that's what I like about him because it make him different because he don't just always agree with everything. And he's gonna always give you his prospect of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like him coming around sometimes. Cause I might be trying to tell him something. He might be like, man, you ain't looking at it right. You need to look at it like this. Or you think about this and check this right here. And see, that gives me another way to look at something. It don't just prove me that I'm wrong or that he's right and I'm wrong and nothing like that. It's giving me another option to look at. Okay, well, this person right here see it like this. I ain't never seen it like that before. Damn, I need to check that out.
Right.
So, in so many ways, you didn't enlighten me. You turned the bulb on my head to be able to see how you think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, you thinking like this. I ain't even thought like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's where communication come about. You know what I'm saying? Seeing things different. You don't want to do the same thing, see the same thing. The same person see the same thing you see every day. It's like looking at a movie or a picture or on the wall or something. You're going to see one or two things, you know what I'm saying, but somebody else might look and see something else on that same picture, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might be like, damn, you even see this. I'm looking at this right here on the picture, but you're looking at this part. You don't see this. It's a whole demonstration within itself, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Now let me pose this kind of debate so you can kind of understand this because a lot of us go through this and it was showed in this particular movie. We all done watched the original Superfly. We done all watch when after Priest went through them dope heads trying to take that dope off him when he got it back. Now remember when Priest went to go catch up with his partner and he was in a dice game. And he's like, I need to holler at you about something. So they was about to leave. Well, they shooting dice, and it kind of goes like this, and everybody's shooting dice. One person is winning, and he's about to leave out. So it's gonna be some people that's gonna have issue with that. So he's like, we got business. And dude's like, I lost a lot of money. What business? Like, I done told you we got business. Now you're trying to tell me I need to explain more. So then he comes at him wrong in essentially the debate. Like, answer me, you white looking, and he had to put him on his back.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's the same way. It can go just like that.
Right. It's like I'm trying to be hospitable, even though the situation, it could be looked at as wrong because I'm pulling, you losing money from shooting dice and gambling and things like that. But don't come at me like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's kind of like you going inside the gambling house and you go win everybody's money and they don't want to let you leave about it because they got busy.
Right.
Hold up, now you took my money, you could get up out of here, you just took everybody's money.
Right.
You got to get something bad to come up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay to get up out of here, man.
Right.
You can't come in here in no house and break everybody and expect to leave out good.
Right.
You better put something back on the table and let them do what they're going to do. You know what I mean?
That's true, too.
Well, I ain't never been no real big gambler, but when I did shoot dice with my homies and stuff back in the day, shit, I was one of the ones that I hit. I swear I'll break the goddamn game up.
Mm-hmm.
But then I turn my back around, I might win 1,500 or 2,000 or whatever. I say, I'm gonna put 200 or 300 back on the table for y'all. I'm finna go.
Right.
I ain't gonna never let y'all get it all back. When I get ahead, that's over with. That's the name of the game. Get ahead. Once I get ahead, it's over with.
Right.
I'm gonna give you something back. I'm finna go. I'm gonna keep the hanks off for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Keep them hitting me upside my head, so I'm going to get up out of here. See?
Right, because a lot of people don't understand the politics of that. I mean, it really goes down like that. People want to rob you after that. Like, wait a minute, you done stuck us up without no guns. Now we might have to actually get a tool on you.
I'm telling you, you better give them something. Sometimes you got to get that dope fiend something at night time, because that same dope fiend gonna protect you too now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He might want a little hit or a little something here and there, but at the same time, he gonna be watching your back harder than the mother, boy. I'm telling you.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah, Cadillac J just said you got to have balance, and then he came back and said you got to give a little back, just like you just said.
You got to give something back. Everybody gonna be making yourself burn, but then everybody gonna get you in.
Right.
You know, I don't care how big you is. You know, you have to pay them bills back. The double that spent all their money with you all like all they get down their last and they ain't got no more money. They already know they spent their money with you. You ain't gonna give them nothing, man. You crazy. They knock your head off. Right. You better give them some of them going down the road.
Right.
You know. So, you know.
But I see, I mean, I really want to know who's out there still listening or done joined in, because like I said, we got interaction with Lisa Smith, we got interaction with Cadillac J Just. Who else is out there? You still there, Shad? Who else is still out there? Who's listening that hasn't commented yet?
Who out there looking?
Right.
You got them goons looking out there. Who's looking out there? It's another looking season and making season.
Right.
Somebody out there in the airways, ride listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody still in the song. Well, hit that thumbs up button again. There's no y'all feeling.
Right. Matter of fact, we've been on 136 minutes. You know, we do long hauls on this joint. And matter of fact, they long, but we talking about all kind of things within it. Like you could stop in different sections of this thing once it posts for replay. Like, man, they was talking about this right here. Okay, they went into this right here. You know, it's like a smorgasbord of intelligence. You know,
that would make me want to come back home. I go back and listen to the replay again. I covered that right there. We covered this. We covered that. And I figured out I could add on to that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Try to keep it going.
Right.
Who's out there? Like old school say, who's out there?
Yeah, next caller. Like you say. Yeah, I'm shocked Low ain't up in here. I know Low be up in here adding his 2 cents up in here. Like I said, I don't know if you've been on when I know y'all probably done seen him in there. Sir Breed. I ain't heard from Sir Breed in a minute, and I know he's from down in Oklahoma City. I know they was having all them storms and floods, so hopefully he's doing well. Down in them parts of the country.
Yeah, they get them tornadoes down there, but them dust storms like crazy down there, man.
Yeah.
Golly. Mm-hmm. Shout out to them.
Right.
Yeah. What his name is? Breezy?
Sir Breed.
Sir Breed.
Yeah.
Breezy. Yeah, Sir Breezy.
Huh. Man. So nobody got nothing to add. When we get like this and nobody wants to add nothing, then that's when we usually, I guess that's the sign to wrap it up. But, I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt to, add something more to the topic. But,
Yeah, I want us to wrap it up. Somebody put something in the comment section or something. Y'all want us to keep going?
Right.
Let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody say something. Let us know we ain't just acting by ourselves.
Right.
I got some juice in me. I can keep going.
Right. Someone got to be that spark, the light, the flame, to get this combustion going on whatever topic we're gonna tackle next.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, Shaw must have. I think he must have checked out because I ain't seen Shaw pop back up. Usually, if I say something, he don't popped up. He probably done fixed him a meal because I know he said he had just got off the gig, so he probably eating a meal and things like that. So
trying to get it together.
right.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. I went and did a little small job earlier. Took me a few hours to do, but it's all right.
Right.
I was coming from when you called me in. I was like, give me about 15 minutes. I wanted to get off the highway.
Yeah.
And I had been calling them people about my phone. My phone, like I said, my phone was messed up all half of the day. I was like, dang, I couldn't even get on YouTube or nothing. I was trying to check those views out to see how those views be looking.
Right.
You know, was they going up or anything? And I was trying to check them out. Wouldn't even let me get on.
Yeah, I don't know what be going on with my channel sometimes. Like you see certain things they'll fly up, and then other ones they'll just stand still, and then it's like you're still getting likes, but then it's still standing still. So that lets me know they standing on the view count. Like okay, no, they talking about something too constructive. So we got to stand on it like ain't nothing going on. But then I'm still getting comments like, man, I liked it that particular live y'all did and all things like that. So I know it's moving. They just got it on freeze mode.
Yeah, but I tell you, they let all this man shoot up to about 1,200-1,300.
Yeah, they did. I seen that.
It was good. I was like, damn, she shot up overnight. It seemed like it.
Right.
I was taking that her views, and I was like, damn, she shot up real quick.
Right. But see, that almost falls into, when people think it's some kind of drama going on, even though, see, if people don't read this chat, how, they basically, showing that they don't got no animosity towards each other.
Oh, yeah.
They won't look at that, but they're just like, oh, yeah, it seemed like they had, beef towards each other, so that's what bring, I guess, the looky-loos in to be like, okay, let's let the drama stuff go, and if they talking about something, they're on point and they're cool, let's kind of let that lag.
Yeah, this ain't the Love and Hip Hop station. We ain't trying to create no drama.
Right.
We trying to spread some jewels and spread some knowledge as well.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we can gain from somebody call in or, let us know what's on their mind or whatever. Somebody always had opportunity to call in and speak their mind too,
Right. And I know we had on the last one, a lot of people, well, how I call in? I said, this is how you call in. You got to put your number up. You put your number up. As soon as you put it up, I get it. I delete it out because I control, what is seen within this, chat board. So I'll knock it out. Then I'll hit your line. And then, you can join in on conversation. So it's as simple as that.
Yeah, that's good. They've been asking then because they got inquiring minds. They probably looking into it then, trying to get it together then.
Right. Because a lot of people are like, oh, do I go out and go onto the description? Is it a number there? No, it ain't no number. You got to post your number, and then I'll knock your number out where nobody see it, even on the replay. It won't even show.
Exactly. The same thing I did, just posted my number and you called it. It's just that simple.
Right.
I was thinking I had to do something a little bit more, complicated too, but it wasn't like that. He was just like, post your number, I call you, and it came straight through, matter of seconds.
Right.
So it ain't hard to do, people. And that's the good thing about it, man. You connect with people all around the world with just a phone call right at your hand, man.
Right.
It ain't like it used to be back in the day where we had to, buy these, pay all this money for these collect calls and stuff,
Right.
It was killing us back then.
Mm-hmm. People had to buy phone cards if they wanted to do that. So if it did go over, it just cut out. Like, okay, done cut out.
Yep. Like the TV used to cut off.
Right.
A lot of them, they don't remember that, do they?
Nope, they don't.
Yep. TV used to sign off. Them motherfuckers used to sing before they go off. Play the goddamn note on sign off.
Then they go to the little rainbow colors. Then they go to snow. That was it.
They don't remember them days, do it.
No.
They got cable, now they can stay up all night long. Like, that was the first thing they got to put to make them turn into the zombies. Put that damn cable on TV all night.
Now you can find whatever on your phone or tablet and going 25/8.
I'm telling you, hey, you can watch it on 3 or 4 screens. They can stick the screen up and watch it. Now you can watch 3, 4 movies at the same time.
Right. You ride in your car, mirror whatever's on your phone onto your car screen and everything.
HD live.
Right.
Yeah, technology has changed so much, man. You know, these new cars they coming out with, they ain't even putting CD players in them no more.
Right, they're not.
You gotta have Bluetooth.
Or what's that AUX cord or whatever to put up in there?
The auxiliary cable. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, the new cars. That's letting me know right now. All the CDs I've been collecting over years, man. I got so many CDs I've been collecting, man. Just buying them over the years. Shoot, they coming to a pass now, but I'm still holding on to them because they might have some value.
Right.
I bought original CDs. I wasn't buying bootlegs. You know, I got all that good old stuff, man.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't know with them bootlegs, even with the bootleg DVDs, like, well, why is my Blu-ray or my DVD player not playing? Because you playing them burners, and they burn out the laser light on them.
Yeah, they mess the laser up on them. Yeah. That's why when you bought the book, the few bootleg movies I did get, you can watch them 1 or 2 good times, and then that third, when you keep on watching it, the movie started freezing up damn VHR or VHS or something.
Right.
You know how when you watch them VCR tapes too much and they started messing up on you?
Yeah, or the voice, even like cassette tapes, like if you had something magnetic by it, like the voice come in and out, and the screen would like jump and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, man.
Yeah.
But what's so crazy? It's a lot of movies that didn't get to make it to DVD, and it makes you wonder why. Like well, I won't say much. It didn't make it to DVD. If it did, it was a short run. Like the movie Panther. You can't even find that on DVD, and if you do, it's like $200.
Yeah. See, that's like some of them damn CDs, man. I got some CDs that's worth a lot of money like that. You can't,
right.
You can't go on. You can't once you try to order them up, they want $100 for them. Like, damn.
Right.
I got a few CDs like that. I had to pay top dollars for them.
I think one that I don't know if a lot of people up on it, but one I know that's like that, and I had replaced one because I borrowed it out, but I didn't have the idea how rare it would be. Is Above the Law's Uncle Sam's Curse. You know, you can't even find that even on streaming. So let alone on DVD or not DVD, CD, you can find it, and if you do, you're paying some money for it.
Exactly. Another one you probably might not be familiar with, dude, down south named Big Mello.
Okay.
Big Mello, man, if you ever get a chance, you probably check him out on YouTube or something like that. But that CD, man, was like damn near $100, man. Shit, and that Top Authority, there's something to blaze too.
Yeah.
See, that CD was hot.
It
then went down some now, but that CD was like $60-something. I don't know why it went down. I think it went down a little bit.
And see, now you saying that, you said Top Authority, I was supposed to actually interview Dalo from Top Authority. I still got to reach back out to him to see what's up with that, because I think that'll be a good interview too.
That'll be a damn good interview. I've been rocking with them boys since something to blaze too.
Right.
Yes, sir. I got all their albums. James Family got pretty much all their albums. You know, I got all 8-ball, MJG. I got all kinds of stuff.
You got South Circle?
I got to have South Circle. You got to have South Circle in your genre.
Right.
In your case, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got classics. I ain't got no bullshit. I got all classics, like for real though. Probably anything you can think of back in the days that was pertaining to that rap.
Right.
I probably got that CD. Yep. So that's what I did. That's what I've been doing like all my life, collecting CDs and stuff like that. You know. So I was up on a lot of that stuff, man. All the E40s and Master P's and Tupac. I I got
Right.
all that stuff, man.
Too Short.
And Too Short. I got all Be Legit. I got Tree Bro, Spice One. I can keep on going on and on, man.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
3-2.
MC Green.
Right.
I got all them. I got all them CDs, man. Original CDs, man. Yep. Some of them got to be cleaned up a little bit. They probably got a few scratches on them in there, but by the technology nowadays, hell, I ain't even had to put down in my radio in about 2 or 3 years for real.
Yeah.
I just go on YouTube or whatever now and just play it off of YouTube.
Right.
But I still got my CDs though. X-Mob, got all the little boosters, Scarface, Criminal Element, all that, man. That's
Dayton Family?
Dayton Family, yep. Yep, and all that. Yes, sir.
You know, another one a lot of people don't mention is Gangster Nip.
Man, Gangster Nip was hard.
Right.
Him and Gangster Pat.
Right.
Gangster Pat was like one of my favorites back in the time. Yeah, they don't know them gangsters. See, I call them the underdogs that people don't really know about, like, Tom Ski Mask and DJ Squeaky, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them, project players, them boys out of Memphis and stuff like that. They don't really get the recognition that they supposed to get, but they grew in my eyes,
Now, what you think about this? What do you think? I done heard people say, well, it ain't really 3-6 Mafia how it, started standing in the later years because not all the original members was in the group. Do you agree with that?
No, not really. Cause I still think Juicy J was DJ Paul was still there.
Yeah.
And Project Pat was still there. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really had nobody different. You know what I mean? I think the same people started. They were the same ones that I knew that started that. You still had a few more artists that I probably might not name, but yeah, I was messing with them back then too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, Memphis go hard, man. They had some good talent come out of Memphis. 8-Ball MJG shoes.
Right.
Yo got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got a lot of talent over in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Or 3-6, the whole 3-6 Mafia.
Right.
Oh, them boys out of Memphis, man. So yeah.
Now, how you feel about more underground like Big Crit?
Yeah, I like Big Crit too. I wouldn't really own him like that. I might have like 2 of his albums, 2 or 3, but he was hard when he first came out. He from the ATL though, ain't he?
I thought he was from Mississippi.
I could be wrong.
Let's see, because I want to say someone in here knows. So if one of us is wrong, let us know on that type of tip.
Yeah, let me know if I'm wrong. I think he's from the ATL. I don't know. I thought he was when he was round about with Outkast and Field Mob and all them.
I don't know. Let me see. Man, I know someone got it's 6 people in here, so someone got to straighten this out right here. I'm thinking Mississippi though, but like you said, one of us could be wrong.
You said Big Crit or Big Gift?
No, Big Crit.
I don't know. You could be right.
Yeah, I know Big Gift. He's from out of ATL. I know he is.
Yeah, I could be wrong then about Big Crit. I know who you're talking about though. I just thought about him because I know he was on that T.I. album when T.I. come out.
Yeah, that was true. Lisa Smith said, "Who are y'all talking about?"
Big Crit.
Yeah. Where's he from? Where's he originate from? I said Mississippi. William said ATL.
If I'm wrong, no disrespect. My bad.
Well, she's saying he comes from Mississippi.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad. No disrespect. But yeah, I got a couple of his albums. I ain't really just checked them out in a long time though. I got so many CDs, man. I'm telling you, I got probably a couple thousand CDs for real. Yeah. All kinds, Yeah. That's what I did back then. I was like when the CDs hit the stove, I was one of the people that was there to get it the day before or that night when they hit the stove. You know what I'm saying? I had a connection that called me like they come in that Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey man, they might get it a day earlier or a couple, and I might be like the first one that might be got it. You know what I'm saying? In my little area or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the one to kind of put my homeboys on it a little bit before ahead of time. Like a lot of them masterpiece CDs and stuff like that. I was getting them CDs, man, when they was first hitting the stove. I was like one of the first people that was getting them around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back then it really meant something. Now you can download all this stuff and this and that. It really don't mean nothing.
Yeah, because I remember they were doing different things. Like, okay, this album's dropping at midnight. Everybody line up to get, man, I gotta get this. I remember the main album that did that was when Pac's Machiavelli album came out. They did that.
Oh man, he sold out. He sold out before he could even goddamn shoes. Before like, and within the first well, I'm from like in the first 35, 45 minutes, he ain't had no more. They had to wait like another day or a couple more hours to get some more hit CDs.
Right.
And I bought that shit so many times, man. That All Eyes on Me and that I bought that CD probably over and over again. Man. I done bought a few CDs. I done bought a few homes like that. I had to buy them over and over again because I had melted bitches in the CD player.
Right. I would hate that you get them scratches and it be at your part that you like it. I remember riding my other Brom I had at Frisbeeing out a whole bunch of CDs like that. Like, man, I'm getting frustrated. I want to hear my song and it's skipping. No.
Yeah. I bought a lot of them hot ball CDs. Talking about all that. But I was mostly a BG and Doobie fan. So I was like on BG before when he was with UNLV.
Okay.
You know, I was rocking with him back then. You know, I was on his music before he got with Cash Money. So when he got with Cash Money, I just started listening to him and Juve and them.
Yeah.
I liked him and Juve. You know, Baby was all right, though. Him and Manny, they was all Man was a beast on the beat, though.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Lisa Flynn said David Banner is my favorite though.
Mississippi. Yeah, David Banner cut a fool, but you know, he was like, to me, he was like underrated too to me though. He really ain't, you know what I'm saying? Now that not baptized by holy water, but the one before that, they had that Mississippi song on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I think put him on the map. I think that was a good one. He made a good one then.
Let's see if Lisa Smith can answer back to that. The verify which one is which and which one that they feel is, you know, that they like from him.
Both of them were good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them damn. Them two I like the baptized by holy water and that what's the name? The other one I just said. I like the both of them. I think I got both. I know I got both of them. Yeah.
Another one that's still, you know, if you got a system, because, you know, and that's another thing. Like, you don't see people have systems in their cars like they did back in the day. I mean, a lot of people just deal with, like, you know, whatever the factory come with. But I remember how people used to actually, okay, I want these kind of subs, these kind of amps. And
you had to have it back then, man, because back then, see, the way I look at it, before everything started going into the rap, you know what I'm saying? When you were rapping to the beats, remember before that, we had the beat. You just had to play your beat. You had to have bass.
Right.
You know, you had Magic Mike and, you know what I'm saying?
Yup, DJ Magic Mike.
You had to have, you had to have some beats.
Uncle Luke.
I'm saying Uncle Luke, it was gonna be turned up, you know, because we was at a fast pace back then too, though.
Right.
But mostly, you know, we had drums, though. You know what I'm saying? We had real stuff back then, though. You know, think if they making now, they ain't nothing, man.
Right.
It's like they changed the whole system because they synthesized they got everything on electronic mode now, pre-programmed to the computer now. It ain't like you got a live band no more and able to make your own music no more. So, you know what I'm saying? They changed the bass. They did that for a reason, but that's another story.
Right. Because even with how the way they make amps are different. It's like now they're digital instead of how they used to be made. It was real. Like you see these amps, it's 4,000 watts. That's overrated. That ain't what the real power is producing.
Probably ain't getting about 1,500 out of that 3,000, 4,000 watt amp.
Right.
You probably maxing out at about 1,600 watts. But see, back then, you was getting for what you paid for.
Right.
You know? Now they had all kind of punch amps or certain Vega speakers or Atlas Harmonic amp. I was into them beats back then, though. If you had, like I say, you had to have beats in your club back then. That's what it was about, beats.
Right.
You know, and then, you know, shortly after that, you know, after like Magic Mike, them, they was rapping too, but they had their beats so strong, they was rapping to the bass.
Right.
You know, drop the bass, you know, drop that ass or drop that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they wasn't just rapping, they was singing, but they was rapping, you know, to a different, you know, era, you know.
Right.
They wasn't talking about, you know, killing nobody and all that kind of, you know what I'm saying? It was about how low can you go with the bass and with the women and, you know what I'm saying? More like a party era.
Mm-hmm. You know? And this thing back to the you know, they had mini trucks that had just a bed full of subs and everything like that. You know, a lot of people like, well, we in mini truck with subs, yeah.
Yeah, man, 18 or 615 or whatever you want to put back there, get a whole wall built back there. Man.
Right.
And have that mother lit up. Now your whole truck will be number 6.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yes sir. They can hear you a mile, 2 miles away coming down the street.
Right.
But see now, you know, remember they had back then you had the crossover and you had the amp. But see now they make the amp, the crossover inside the amp.
Yeah, inside the amp. It used to be separate.
You can't fine tune the way you used to can fine tune it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to basically wait on the computer to, you know, you on a special design, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And do it manually. They don't think you're gonna be able to do it, you know, the way the computer guy is to do it, you know.
Right. Because you figure the decks back then, they were kind of basic. You know, they didn't have all this integrated equalizers. That was all separate. You would have had to buy all those pieces separate.
You had a preamp, you had the crossover, and you had the amp. You know, that preamp was the control. I like that preamp because it controls your bass, your highs, your mids, your lows. It controls everything from right, you know, at your hand point. You had to go in your trunk and try to adjust all that stuff.
Right.
You can do it right there at your hand. So that preamp made the best use, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then they started putting that on top of inside the radios, but they messed up and they did that.
Yeah, because it kind of watered it down. It wasn't the same, you know, because it was digital.
That's right, because everything going digital. And you see, if you're looking at it, now look at the days now, how the music sounds now. It all sounds like, you know, like mechanical, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's about on the same beat, the same tune. If you just take away the voice and play the same, you'll swear the same beat being played over and over and over again.
Right.
Back then, we created our own beats, and now they just got computerized beats to create the beats for them.
Mm-hmm. And just think, back then, too, you could add the Epic Center, so that would even change the bass tone even lower than what, you know, any EQ could do. You know, it pull almost all the power out of the amp, you know, that ain't being used to make it even that much more hitting, that much more harder.
Yeah. You know, that credit does go to George. I ain't gonna say go to George, but George Clinton, like one of the first artists that started that computerized technology beat. And later on, like you heard Zappin' Roger, and then you heard, you know what I'm saying, Computer Love, you know what I'm saying? But that came from Funkadelic, you know what I'm saying? That came from, you know, George Clinton, though.
Yeah.
And see, now we see, and then T-Pain picked it up later on, and then, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All of them got that old thing in their mouth where they got to have where they computerized voice, you know?
Yeah.
That's why they all sound the same now.
Mm-hmm.
All of them sound
that auto-tune.
Yeah, they just sound the same for some reason. So, but I just think we came up in the era of time where we was able to see the change, though, you know what I'm saying, the good changes and the bad changes. We were able to pinpoint certain things and see, like, you know, where we had it better than what, and now we can see certain things that they got it better at, you know.
True.
Like then, we didn't have cell phones. I don't think we had was beepers.
Yeah, pagers and stuff like that.
We had to run to the house phone and, you know what I'm saying, pay phone and stuff like that, so.
Yeah, Cadillac J just said be mad when the amp blow out. Yeah, because you be riding your amp blow out like, oh, then it's just all transistor after that. Like, gosh, dang it. Especially certain songs will blow certain amps out.
I just had left the boom shop, get my boom hooked up to one of my cars one time. I just put up the parking lot. I got to probably a good half a mile down the road, man. I had to turn back around and go back up because my radio, when I popped my trunk, the speakers was fried. They were so hard you couldn't even push them in.
Mm.
The dude said, "Man, you fried these speakers, man." I said, "Hell, I just bombed and just pulled it off." He went there and gave me another pair and cut my amp down for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they fried them up as soon as they fried them as soon as I put them as soon as I pulled off. Turned that mother up, that mother hit about 2 or 3 times. And it just, the whole radio just, when I pulled the trunk, when I popped my trunk, it was smoking.
True.
Yep. So he gave his motto. He said, "Man, he popping lids, man, he turn it down."
Right.
But see, it was the difference back then because you could beat back then. Then the cars that they was made, they had enough air made for your trunk to get that rattling to make that car sound, even more harder. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't so tight and compact back, like it is now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I remember, I think one of the first cars I had a system in, I had a G-Body Cutlass, a 78. And when I first got some subs in it, they were 15s, but the 15s were cheap. I was trying to cut corners. I got cheap 15s, but then I got, a high-end amp. I had a PPI Art Edition amp. So, them amps was expensive. So those subs, they can hang with that amp. So I said, let me save up. I got put some money together and got some JL audio subs. Once them JL audios was in there matching with that PPI, it was no punk.
Yeah, that mother there gonna play. You come out some major beats. Yeah. That's one thing I ain't in bed. I got all kinds of beats laying around right now, but I ain't got none in my car.
Huh.
Matter of fact, I got some in my car, but they ain't even hooked up. They just sitting there in the box. I ain't been into the beats no more, but I need to get back into them. Though. I like a little noise in my trunk.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's like today when I was riding in the Z28, I just got a basic Alpine deck in here and regular factory speakers. And when I ride in it, it's like, it's a different feeling when your music is all tuned. Like you got amps on every, like all the door speakers and all that. It sounds different than you just running off the basic deck or factory. It just is a different feeling when you're riding. It's hard to explain it.
And especially when you're playing that old music. Man.
Right.
You playing that old music, you got that system hooked up right, man. You sounding good, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I used to remember back in the day, you'd be pulling up to the bus stop, and people know that song. They be jamming at the bus stop or whatever at the corner. Like, man, hearing the voice all clear and everything, along with the bass line and all that.
I'm telling you. You said Two Live Crew with that Uncle Luke. But we used to cut the food on that, boy.
Right.
Yeah. Pictures old and all that junk there, boy. Somebody cut the food on that.
JT Money. Yeah, I used to bump a lot of JT Money too.
JT Money ain't played.
Right.
Yeah, I got like 1, 2 of his albums, a couple of his albums. JT Money. Yeah. Poison Clan.
Yup. Poison Clan.
The Delinquents.
Yup.
Yeah. Yeah, so I know all about them. I still got that old Ruthless Juvenile. You probably don't remember. You probably ain't heard of them Ruthless Juvenile. I think they might have been sick.
Okay.
Them classic CDs there, I still got them. They from Mississippi or Texas. I want to say and one of those. I can't think right this minute though. By me not hearing in a while, and I ain't been playing it so long.
You talking about Juvenile?
Ruthless Juvenile.
Oh, Ruthless Juvenile.
They came out before Juvenile.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a group that was called Ruthless Juvenile. Yeah.
Yeah, Cadillac J just chimed. He said, especially when you got them tweeters right. Yeah, when you got them tweeters right, you're hearing all the little, everything that the engineers put into the music and everything like that. It just be right.
Yeah, that backdrop is so enough sound good. Them highs, man, oh man.
Right.
Like
See, and it was some people they be like, "Well, I got subs." I'm like, "Well, they're overpowering all your inside. All you hear is the bass. You want to be able to have an even balance where you hear everything, you know."
Man, I had that TI on my. I had a 80 Delta 88 automobile. I think it was about an 80 something model. Can't remember exactly what year. And I had like 4 6x9s in the back of the trunk. And I had my tweeters hooked up right on. I had it hooked to a 3-amp, man. And I was playing that TI coming down the road that I chose you, baby. Man, my partner heard that song. He said, man, I heard that song probably about a good half a mile all the way down the road. I had that bitch wide open. I chose you, baby. I had that bitch was sounding so good. He said he heard me like a half a mile or longer all the way down the road, man. God, man, sound good, boy.
Huh.
That TI ain't played when he first came out that I'm serious.
Yeah. See, now a lot of people are like, well, I don't know about T.I. today. You know, a lot of people go back to the T.I. like you said when he first came out.
With that Grand Hustle and that I'm serious though, he can play. Not Grand Hustle, that trap music.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. A lot of them boys, they started out, man. They started out raw, but then over the years, I guess, commercial. They get commercial, and they boil them down a little bit.
Yeah.
When they first come out, they hungry and they getting it up, they get that money. So I guess, they got to change the way they.
Yeah, I guess that's with the line the life they live, they figure hey, I got to switch it up a little bit to get this other kind of money. But then you gotta lose some people that were rocking with you, for the way you, like you said, you first came out and things, to try to cross over to get some new people.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta, you gotta expand your rise and you make something different for the people, I guess.
Yeah. I think one that a lot of people learn from probably, like, remember, MC Hammer, when MC Hammer came out, a lot of people just associate, he's like for dancing, But then when it's like when he tried to come like he was hard, then it's like, wait a minute. We ain't see Hammer as being hard. We seen him as like the club dancing type stuff.
Yeah. But behind the story, Hammer ain't played for real though.
Right.
Yeah. Man, shoot. Yeah, Hammer don't hurt him.
Right.
I mean, my cousins come to school with them goddamn polka dot pants on. Got the little 2 lines on the side of his head.
Right.
Hammer.
That was the era.
That was the era, the polka dot pants. Oh, Hammer.
And then you think about LL, how people was putting lines in their eyebrows and things like that.
Yeah, I did that one. Started wearing the cane.
Right.
Yep. So did, man. Yeah, boy, it was hard back then, though, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's way back then.
It's just I guess a lot of people the youngsters can't relate because we got all this now, but I mean, if it wasn't for these people, the now wouldn't probably be the way you see it now. You know what I'm saying? It had to go through these different kind of stages for for you to see these other kind of stages.
Yep. And then what I'm saying, we made it to where they got it a little bit easier now too, because we had, like I said, we had to come up. We had the struggle coming up in it, but we was able to come through it and see it though. You know what I'm saying? We the ones that broke the barrier of making it come into existence with the whole hip hop thing,
Mm-hmm.
You were able to look back and see where it all came from. Like, oh man, I remember when it wasn't even no rap for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So shoot, we been seeing when it wasn't no rap, when it was just R&B and blues. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no rap.
Right. To me, the first really person that wasn't a rapper but was like on a level of rapper, and everybody, well, I won't say everybody loved him, but people relate to him, is Rick James. Rick James, yeah, he was R&B, he was punk funk, but he was like a real star. He was having Rolls Royces, he was having a bunch of women and mansions and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. He came up in that pimp era too, like, you know what I'm saying? So he had that extra swag, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's enough put him in the game then, you know. But I like the way I was able to grow up and see where it came from and to see how it is now, though, you know.
Right.
And you know, I'm able to see some of the good the good side and some of the bad side, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Then you think about it like this. Just think of like the first really rappers like Curtis Blow and the Sugar Hill Gang. You know, they were basically, rapping off of R&B beats. You know what I'm saying?
that's what I'm talking about. It's just like, that was like a brilliant in itself. That was brilliant, man. For somebody to start doing that, you know. Take an old blues song or old R&B song and just start, singing off of it, rapping off of it.
Right.
And we called hell about that because they didn't want to hear that, they called it trash. They trashed us back then and all that. Our older folks did up like that.
Right.
They don't want to hear that crap y'all playing. They ain't no music y'all playing.
Mm-hmm. He just talking.
We had to hit the same day, but now they understand. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We changed the whole language, man. You know.
Man.
That's crazy. I know Too Short was the first one I heard cuss on the radio.
Yeah, and his tracks was long. He had some long rap tracks,
And he had some bass.
Right, that too.
I think I got probably all his albums except for maybe. I know I don't got Can't Stay Away. I bought it so many times. Can't Stay Away. It's two of them I ain't got. But I got all this on.
Yeah, because when you think about it, Short, a lot of like his early stuff, he didn't have choruses in it. It was like straight rapping all the way through it.
That man wasn't no chorus, wasn't no take no breath. He just he played.
But what I liked about it, because it was almost like he was telling a story, like these are the tales, the freaky. I mean, he's going into a whole story if you kick and really listen to it. He's putting down what's going on in his day. Day in the life of being too short.
Yeah, I ain't tripping.
Right.
Man, see, a lot of folks don't even know he made beats too. He was a drummer too. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to be in control with the way he wanted his music to sound. That's why I was able to, because he played the bass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And what another thing a lot of people don't know, his parents were accountants, so that's why he's still been around, because he knew how to take account of his money.
Yeah. So it's always true, man. He is one of the triple OGs out here.
Right.
For real. He was there when like I said, he was the first one I heard cuss on wax. On tape or whatever,
Right.
I'm gonna went off on Ronald Reagan and that.
All right. And see, in this politically correct world, if that was to go down, it might be an issue. I'm surprised it wasn't an issue back then when that song came out.
I'm telling you it wasn't. Golly, he got out with that one then, but they probably fucking with him though. Two Eyed Crew and all them, they won that lawsuit that made it to where, you know what I'm saying, you were able to cuss on the record now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, when they got that lawsuit filed again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he came out with the album Banned in the USA.
Yeah. They was totally against people cussing on, you know what I'm saying, like they were, you know what I'm saying? They was talking about popping it over. Hey, them boys, they ain't played.
But the thing is, okay, you got a problem with the cussing, but you're making these blockbuster movies and arms getting sawed off, people getting killed, and cussing on top of it. But that's not an issue? Come on.
Yeah. They got that straightened out. They took them through a little red tape.
Yeah, Cadillac J just said you can't make tracks like that no more. Yeah, the problem, that's too long. Oh, there ain't no chorus in it. Oh, you can't say this in it and all that kind of stuff.
Split everything up to now you get the, you know what I'm saying, you got to go in bars now. Or you ain't no rapper if you can't rap bars.
Right.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with going line for line, or you know what I'm saying, how it was back then,
Mm-hmm.
It was good music.
And the bass lines were heavy, hard on them too. I mean, the vocals was cold too, but the bass lines was cold too.
Yes, sir. I think they don't give. He's part of his respect too, though, man. He should get a lot more respect than what he should get. He one of the greatest I know out there for real. That's still doing it, man.
Right. Yeah, he done been through countless decades, you know, with what he do. So I mean, give him props for that.
I think a lot of that dudes they don't understand his slang. You know what I'm saying? The man speaks so ill. They don't understand what he be saying. He got to figure him out. You know what I'm saying? That boy wrong, man. Before he always wrong.
Right.
Them dealers get all them boys are flavor, man. Yeah. I got pretty much all their albums though. West Coast.
Now, how you feel about New York artists?
I like New York. I like Jay-Z. No.
Cameron.
I like the Biggie, Cameron, Dipset. Not Jim Jones. Not Cameron George. She was Jada Kiss.
Yeah.
Sheik Luch. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang, Red Man, Method Man. Yeah, I like a dog. Yeah, I like the niggas up there too, though. You know.
Yeah.
I got some of their albums too, though. Yeah. I ain't just like no down stuff and no West Coast. I like good music, man.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I like some of that good music. DMX. You know, 50. Shit, I gotta put 50 in there.
Right.
50 made some good music. 50 came out crazy. Trying to think about, I know it's some more out there. I ain't Wu-Tang Clan. You know, who you rock with? Who you rocking with the North?
I like Hell Rail out of the Dipset. I always, bought Hell Rail's albums out of, his things he did aside from Dipset and everything. I like, that's why I mentioned Cameron. I like Cameron. Cameron is cool. I like, because Cameron's business, he got that business mindset. A lot of people, I remember back in the day when like, oh no, Jim Jones is the one that, he got the money. Like, no, it's really Cameron. He's the one.
I knew Cameron before I knew about Jim. I knew about, Cameron though. I like that state property too, though. That Busy Siegel, what's his name?
Yeah.
That's right too. So I probably got a lot of up north, New York stuff up there. LL, Big Daddy Kane.
Right.
Shoot, I can go on and on. EPMD, Ed B and Rock Hill.
Right.
Shoot, them the greatest, man. Jam Master.
Yeah, Jam Master J.
Yeah.
The Onyx.
Biz Marquis. KRS.
Right.
What the name?
Public Enemy.
I'm trying to say Public Enemy. Yep. I was finna say Professor Grip.
Right.
Public Enemy. Yeah, Flavor Flav. Tribe Called Quest.
Oh yeah, most definitely Tribe.
gotta put them in there. Not Onyx. Not to go on and on. I got a lot of them albums myself. And a lot of them albums I got, I bought them during the time when they was just released them. That's what makes it special to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it was a different price range on it. You was paying like $18 for a CD back then.
Yep.
I mean, I want to say tapes were maybe like close to $9, $11 or something, but a CD was like 18, dang near 20 or something like that.
Yep. About the same as they is now, about $20.
Right.
$16 for the, you know what I'm saying? Yep. And especially if it's gonna be a double disc, you might pay a little bit more. Yep. True. I fooled all them out of the North though. Biggie. Gotta add Biggie. I ain't really like, you know what I'm saying? I like the summer bad bum music, but I ain't really get out with too much of it.
Yeah.
I like the summer though. Mace was alright when he first came out. Then he fell off like a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. Now we gotta include UGK. You know that.
Oh, that's my boy. Yeah, the South. I go on and on with the South.
Right.
You know, I got all kinds of music, man. I got that Detroit music, the Midwest, you know what I'm saying? Midwest, Chords, the MC3, Top Authority, Dayton family, you know what I'm saying?
Crucial Conflict.
Crucial Conflict come down south. I got UGK.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah, Bone, yeah. I got that first, like, another one of them cities ain't gonna be defined hardly that, I think that city that Pop was on there, that Art of War with Bone.
Okay.
That's a hard city to find too, I think. I ain't seen that one in a while. It's like rare to me, I believe.
I think another one that's rare is the Mo Thug.
That Mo Thugs is too.
Yeah.
I know the other one. It had a black front on the front of the CD. It was black. I can't remember. It was black and had like a little red in it. I can't remember. I know how it looked though. You can't hardly find that CD no more.
Make you wonder why is the reason why you can't find these particular CDs.
Sometimes they only release on so many copies, and being the artist, they don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't. I guess they don't get no more pressed out or whatever. They don't pay to get no more pressed up or whatever.
Right.
I guess that might be the issue too.
Cali just said he still listens to Chopped and Screwed.
Yeah, I like Chopped and Screwed. I got all Master P music, man. I got pretty much everything he got in Hot Boys and BG and Juvenile and you know what I'm saying, UGK.
Now the one I seen in Chopped and Screwed that I ain't never listened to before, I don't know how it is the Ghetto Boys We Can't Be Stopped. I ain't never listened to that one Chopped and Screwed.
Man, you gotta get on there with it, man. You said you never listened to the Chopped and Screwed.
Yeah, the Chopped and Screwed version of it.
Nah, I like some of that Screw music, man, but I don't get out until all of it.
Yeah, but how it stands, how We Can't Be Stopped, I remember when that came out back in 91. That album has a lot of bass in it. I mean, I already used to remember Mind playing tricks on me. Man, it'd be so many systems quaking that song. You just know by the bass line. Like, I already know what they playing.
That's a classic there, man. All them, and then them Willie D's and them Big Boy Boys, man, them classic CDs there, man.
Right.
Yeah. All them boys out of the war, man, they was classic. Yeah. Yeah, Big Boy Boys, they was good. Ghetto Boys. You know, Bushman cut a fool too, though. Even though, like I said, he was with them, so.
Right. Yeah, and Scarface's standalone CDs too.
Scarface was a beast, man. Still is.
Right.
He another one gonna get his recognition right now, man. Man, Scarface really tough though, for real. You know. Yeah, he tough. Make good music.
But hey, nobody's been chiming in besides Cadillac J. Justin, occasional Lisa Smith. So I figured we're gonna wrap this up. We've been on here, what it's saying, like 2 hours or so, going on 3. We've been covering a whole bunch of topics. So hopefully, people that done missed it, they're gonna catch a replay. Like, man. Hopefully get them through their work day or they working a night shift or something. They'll get to, tune into this, have their little Bluetooth headphones on and getting the job done at the same time.
Exactly. We hope we gave them something, something to go on and complete their day with and keep them going, man.
Right.
That's what's up.
Right. But thanks for everybody that done came in here. Hey, join us again for what's going on part 6. Hopefully we get some added characters in this chat room and on the line, and we could take the conversation that much more further.
All right, y'all time in on the next one, then. We out.
Right. Peace.
Peace.